Hello, everybody, and welcome to Super Jump number 7, I believe. Hopefully, I got that right. And we are back here with IPL's favorite major, and I am joined by the lovely Fufu. Say what's up, Fufu.
Hey, what's up? I'm super excited to be here on the mic with you, Stormy. As you know, Super Jump 7 is upon us. And if you guys aren't aware, this is basically APL's major, and everyone is making it today too. So there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of fun.
Indeed, I agree. And what better way to start off, Super Jump 7 with the beginning of, Splatoon World's commentator duo, me and Fufu. We just like that, We just
We
like
like this, bro. We like this.
like that, yes, sir. And we're going to be heading straight into action here. Super excited. With the major, what I like about these majors is that every set matters, like for like your seeding, your group, where do you make redemption, where do you make a certain bracket. But point is that every match is like a grand finals. Like it's super intense.
Yeah, that's the fun part. That always gives us a lot to work with here on the casting side. And speaking of sets, we do have our first set available with free donuts versus Octaves. I love how there's like the little emojis on there, like the little donut dollar sign. But Stormy, I heard you did a little bit of research. What you got for us?
I did a little bit of research. Unfortunately, I don't recognize like a lot of people on either of these teams, but the one person that stands out is Pink Puffy Pastry. We see them a lot on Twitter. She does incredible work for the community, incredible streams, incredible everything, and also she's just a really hard worker on top of that. So I'm expecting a lot of goodness to come out from this a lot.
Indeed, indeed. We love our community figures. Anyone that is helping our community grow is amazing in my eyes. So seeing the battlefield, I'm expecting a lot of good things today.
I am expecting a lot of good things too, and this is a best of 5, I believe, which is unique to majors. I think we start off with best of 5 instead of the usual best of 3s. By the way, this is a 2-day tournament, so we will be getting a lot of action. And then for the very first map, oh my god, hold on, wait,
What?
hold on, we're not starting on zones.
We're not starting
zones. We're not starting on zones. The world is healing. The world is healing.
Wait, okay. Oh, I think we might just start on zones. We might have just gotten the maps wrong. Apparently, the maps may not be where they need to be. So we don't know yet. We could be wrong. The world could be healing or it could be turned on its head.
I got turned up for nothing. Let me get Splatoon mommies first, right? Let me get Splatoon mommies first. Yeah, you know what? Man, I'm just I thought we were starting on Red Blitz. I was excited.
We're losing Stormy before we even start. Look what happened. We lost them. Oh, it's not? The world might be healing? The world might be healing?
We might be healing.
Maybe.
We might be healing. We might be starting off on Clambless, y'all. Hold on. Like a new look here. Crazy. But with that being said, while we, before we see where we do finally start at, we can talk about the map since, right now it's showing Clambless Inkling. I think it's a very interesting Clambless map for sure. I think one of the grimy things I have with that stage is that it's really hard to find clans sometimes. It's like, sometimes they're just gone, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is where pod locking would be really good. And actually, we're not even starting on Inkling Art Academy. We're going to Museum de Alfonsino for our start. Again, not Splat Zones, Clamblets. And we're going Rainmaker, not
Rainmaker, okay, Rainmaker. And as we see on the side of Free Donuts, we're going to offer that double duelist with the Dapples and the V dueling. Interesting comp right there. The decap going down immediately, and on the other side, they're going Octaves. They're just going to go with a big swing. Okay, a big swing, okay. And then we're getting a pick right there too.
Just like that, the first checkpoint has been broken through, and they are finding themselves in a really good position, especially when there's 2 down on the side of Free Donuts. Octave having a really good opening start, but of course a decap, as decaps do, are here to ruin the party.
Yes, they do. Decap do ruin the party, getting a nice pick right there with the help of their teammate. They basically getting a kill at the same time, quickly kill that push. That's a huge stop for the side of Free Donuts. Octaves looking to defend right now. They're going to have the big boulder to do it right here. Decap doing a lot of work. It's a pick right there. Able to take down 2 as well. They're going to pick the Rainmaker up and try to jump it across. Crafton coming out. 104. Here comes a Reasonable. Try to get another pick. Get a lot of chip damage, but the other step just stops it. But they do break that checkpoint.
Yeah, and a huge checkpoint broken there, evening the playing field, because now Octave find themselves in a little bit of danger, especially with that Rainmaker moving forward and taking the lead. Just like that, a taste of their own medicine. Free Donuts able to catch that lead that they lost so quickly. It's just like that. This is the spirit of Rainmaker. If you do not watch your back, the lead will swap in an instant. They're very fragile.
Man, look what happens when we start on something that isn't zone. Look how excited this is. Very first game already going back and forward, both these teams throwing a Rainmaker. Now both teams going to take to a neutral state and try to find a way to win the way in. Here's the Decaf moving forward. With a part of going down real soon when the Decaf does go down. But it's stuck in that corner, does get taken now. Octaves needs to regroup and fast right now, but Free Donuts has a nice little hole going.
Absolutely. And we find ourselves in a very interesting situation because Free Donuts has a pretty decent lead. They feel like it, especially as we approach the later stages of the match, they could stall this out just by the nature of the map. So I'm very curious to see how strategies are going to change as we move forward in the match. But right now, Octave is really fishing to get some space of their own.
Yeah, they are for that space. The Rissa coming up and try to help them clear out that space. Doesn't really find much, but they're all gonna move forward. They hit with the counter reslider as well onto the Rainmaker. It's not going to find that kill. If they put it down, they could find a way to move forward. There's one, but that currently coming up is just holding the push, and they do take out one of them as well as the Rainmaker. It's just the Rissa left alive. That was really getting called out, have to jump out, and another nice defense by Free Donuts.
Yeah, Free Donuts is very, very comfortable as they stand right now. Those 27 points are pretty much all they need at the moment, and they continue to keep a lot of space in their favor. I mean, they're controlling mid, opting not really to push any forward because Octave is sitting nice and pretty in their base, but they're just not shy of going one down on Octave. They are always down a member, it feels.
Yeah, indeed. And I feel like these resliders just are kind of just being forced out and not actually planned to be used by these Dapple Doolies. The very beginning of the game, we saw Octaves get their melee team white. Could that just been that one-time thing, and can they not just get their footing going anymore as well? Like, we had an explosive beginning, but not much happening afterwards. But as I say that, though, Free Donuts getting a couple of picks, but they are trying to get back on this side of Octaves, so they still are in this position. Dapple Doolies going down. Decaf is doing a lot of work here for them.
Yeah, Decaf, as Decafs do, it can just explode in just a tiny bit amount of space. Give it an inch, it'll go a mile. But a nice jump out there from Pastry, pacing themselves, making sure they are not dying to the enemy hands. But Free Donuts has been doing a really good job at keeping their space despite Octave's attempts. And Octave, speaking of them, has gone 2 down again, giving Free Donuts another opportunity to possibly extend their lead if they feel like it. But it looks like they're also just comfortable where they're at. The Rainmaker is staying still, and they're opting kind of just to play Team Deathmatch instead of Rainmaker.
Yeah, indeed. Nobody really took a Rainmaker ever since the beginning portion. As I said, that 2 members go down. They could have to pick it up right now, especially with that big bullet at the ready. They can move it forward and then be able to force points, but they're still not opting to pick it up. They're going to try to leave it in the middle. And like you said, play that team deathmatch here and just hold it here in the mid with a minute left to go on the clock. I mean, it's definitely a valiant strategy. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Yeah, it could very well pay off. We are in the last minute of the game, and this is where you really want to hold. But it looks like that hold was put on hold. The Rainmaker continued to stay in center, but Octave losing their Welsh train. They are not able to find the ground that they want in the time that basically all of Free Donuts went down. They not only got back in, but Octaves was still on their play. Free Donuts, I think, is going to have just the hold of the game that ended.
And this is why people hate Rainmaker right here for this very reason. They're gonna bring it up there, stall it up. They have to kill him right there, and it's gonna be really hard for them to get to that Rainmaker, let alone get to it after they make the kill. If they do make the kill, they do make the kill. So maybe they're gonna try to pop it right now. They do need to pop that Rainmaker. You can't leave it right there. But we're gonna see the Dabbleys opt to play forward onto the pencil and push them out and get control of the plat. But they do gotta pop that Rainmaker, switch search up, and grab it to have one more chance to push.
Yeah, and look at Rose here. Oh, they did lose that Reef Slider right as it was ready to pop here. And they find themselves in such an interesting predicament, Octave. They are activating that last-ditch effort and just doing what they can to try and get some points on the board because they only have to break through 27, but they are under fire from not only the Pencil, pretty much everyone on the opposite side. But see, those Dapples going down on Free Donuts, a little bit more space for Octaves. You are somehow still alive, your Rainmaker.
Oh my God, like playing very risky, but not playing careful whatsoever. Maybe slow down a little bit right there, and that is what happens when you play a little bit too risky. Maybe give your team a little bit more time to clear out the stragglers, and with that, we have Free Donuts taking a pretty decisive game 1 over Octaves.
Yeah, Octave had a really good start in the beginning of the match, but once Free Donuts, got the lead of their own and, had a grasp of the match, they just controlled everything. And Octave really did try, but just the staggering alone, the one down every so often was just not enough to let them get their foot in the door again.
Yeah, indeed. Like, very first push, they got looked really promising, and this is why I say you can't. Every time you get an opportunity, you gotta take the mile. They could have easily brought that down to like at least 20 something very easily, but they just did not do it. Free Donuts putting a nice defense down, getting those 2 picks right at the same time at the beginning of the game to hold it, and they basically just got 1 push at the very beginning and just played defense the rest of the game. And I will just might as well say Free Donuts made it look quite easy. They looked like they were just the better team for the rest of that game.
No, absolutely. It's also pacing. Free Donuts just had a lot more pace. It just was a lot faster to get to the field and where they needed to be compared to Octaves, especially as the match went forward. And I think troubles may continue because we are going to be going to Clamblitz Umami, where you have to make your own strat. The game will not give it for you. You have to decide what you want to do.
Yeah, indeed. It's going to be very difficult for them. But one thing I do like, as we said at the beginning, as I said at the beginning, this is best of 5. Best of 5. So even if Octaves loses next game, they still have time to make an adjustment. Maybe take a game or 2. Every game matters in a format like this. Every game matters in a format like this. Like every opportunity you have to make an adjustment, every bit of information counts.
Indeed. I can't agree more here. And, you know, if you're going to extend the games as far as you can, great. But if you're Free Donuts, you're looking to 3-0 this still, because the more points that you can get on the board, the better as well for your next day stats, I would say.
Yeah, indeed. You know, sometimes you gotta come to those tiebreakers. So after, especially like if you're not one of those like top teams that are probably guaranteed to make that alpha bracket spot. You know. By the way, speaking of which, some games are gonna get really intense by the end of the day. I'm already knowing they are. As we do to Clamblitz Umami, we see the comps come out here. We're seeing comps come on the side of Free Donuts, and we're going to see the comps coming out on the side of Octaves, going for that Octobrush, but everything else remains the same. So we got an Octobrush bucket, big swig with that well string. Interesting comp, to say the least.
Yeah, it looks like Rose may just be their first contact initiator, or at best their big swig there. But I think things are going to get a little bit tough just by looking at the composition, as they actually just lost their Octobrush on the side of Octaves. Rose going down straight up, and same with Pastry going down really early in the game. That is 2 down on Free Donuts. And, you know, as I speak, it looks like Octaves is actually able to get their foot in the door, but not again. Greg?
Oh my goodness. The Ultra Thing coming out there and doing a lot of work there. So they got all they having this mid control right here, but that crab tank is, I think, ready for inside of Free Donuts. They'll look to push out here, and that pistol is fine. A lot of pressure. Here comes that crab tank doing a lot of work. That spot gets canceled, and another kill onto that bucket. The rest of the strike are getting called out right there. It's like they just sniffed them out right there. Just knew where they was.
Yeah, just like that, you know, blink and you could get a kill with that crab. But it seems like Tetra has that reef slider ready to go, trying to give their team that extra little bit away that they may need to get a clam in the basket. They only have 10 clams with the economy growing. Pastry getting all the attention here in spawn. Again, perfect opportunity for the rest of their team to score some points on the board. Beautiful stall.
Oh my goodness, running straight in, getting a kill and just drawing all the attention. We can see them that play pay a lot of dividends, getting an extra mile here on this push. Ooh, but a random 2 kills happened right there, and that's going to stop their push. They could have definitely put it down more if they didn't go 2 down there, but unfortunately they did. But that being said, they still have mid control, and with off these comps, they're going to have a really hard time painting it back. The big switch cannot paint from a long distance.
Yeah, and it's a little bit difficult here for Octaves because I feel like their comp is a lot more built for defending than it is for any offensive play. And they could very well just prove me wrong here in a second. But with their Octobrush going down, they did go down with a fight, taking out Free Donuts' I think that's, yep, those dualies right there. Actually, both the dualies are down, giving Octaves possible opportunity to get a push of their own going here very soon.
Yeah, Bakersman's doing a really good job slaying right there, using those vertical foot, using that extra range to just do a lot of damage there, but it's not going to do a lot here. Here comes that zip captain from the Octobrush trying to find something. Just not really find much, so they're still just straggling in mid. I think we need to see a little more offensive pressure for this side of Octave instead of just getting pushed out.
Yeah, indeed. It seems like Octaves may just be able to get out of this fight unscathed. See that splash down to really fully clear the center. 2 down on Free Donuts. This is Octaves' chance to get some points on the board, but do they have the clam economy to get a power clam going? No, their major clam holder just went down, and we are seeing strings here with the Wellstring just doing what they can to keep that space in their favor. Again, Wellstring is incredibly powerful if you can choke the other team out here, so don't underestimate that weapon. But despite all the space that Octaves is holding, they still do not have a clam in the basket.
Yeah, indeed. And if you Fufu, you know me very well. I'm gonna call it as I see it. What's killing Octaves right now is this big switch just ripping these splashdowns when I feel like they just don't need to. This one right there, this one makes sense, but unfortunately they still go down. But they ripped it twice where it was basically just not needed, and they couldn't use it to push in and move forward just a little bit more. and it's just really costing them right now. But they do find 2 picks.
Oh,
They find a way to move forward right now. They have to run forward right now. Basically trying to find a pick on this DK. DK is a hard weapon to kill. They're going to Octaves chuck out, but the other members are still going down on inside of Octaves.
Yeah, and you know, it's a lot harder to get these picks on free donuts, especially when they are not only coolered up, but they are jumping out in split seconds. You know, Pastry's there, and then she's not, and we are seeing that. Unfortunately, she is going to be going down there on the offense, but not before the rest of her team is able to get into place. Again, that bubble did a great job at helping sustain this, but free donuts isn't quite looking at a push just yet as Octave is returning to center. You know, it's really rough for Octave right now because it's like I said earlier, they're not able to really put their resources together to get a proper offense going between the specials and between the composition of their weapons. It is really difficult. They're fighting an uphill battle.
They are indeed, and they are getting opportunities like right now. They are 2 down right now. They need to move forward and try to win a force in, but it doesn't seem to really have a special to force in when it's time. They had the Ocean and that Ocean needs to come out soon. They wouldn't have a chance, but that crab tech is just slowing them down, and that's what a freak don't have to do. They're just slowing them down. That was do go down. Good opportunity right here. Dooley's very weak from that chip damage from the torpedo. They're going to run forward right now with the strike. They're trying to go, but they get stopped. They get stopped. They're dead, but they break the barrier. Can they live look it in? No, they cannot. Third little go to the gate. They got to make a ball fast. Foo-foo.
They got to make a ball fast. That was genuinely a single throw away from the lead here. And now Free Donuts is finding themselves in a little bit of a predicament, their lead being a lot more fragile than what it was prior. They are in control of mid, and they have shown that they are great at doing so. But 2 down on each team, definitely dicing up and spicing up the match with a reach slider as well to try and take a pick for the rest of their team. Who's going to be coming out of this engagement on top, and who's going to have the opportunity to score the last of the points on the board? And it looks like Octave is doing really good at keeping that space of their own. They have a chance, Stormy.
They do have a chance when they got hit the building. Oh my god, I think it goes down. Here come the strikes. They can run forward right in and score. They're going to throw the ball in. Hey, a couple of clams. It's just a big swing. The bitch about to kill. The clams up there. The clams right there. They're going to run the clams and throw them in. And they're going to get the lead. Oh my god.
Big swing away for that long. No,
I was so scared that Big Squeak was going to die. I was so scared that Big was going to die. That's why I was feeling like, yo, the clams are right there. I know you see them clams, man. You gotta grab them clams. Thankfully, they did see the clams and they grabbed them and they just won. And
oh my god.
Oh my
I'm not
god.
okay. I'm not okay, man. You can't just drop a match like that. They let the Big Squig, like, just rush the guy. What are they gonna do?
Who got that kill on the decaf? The bubble was already up. Who got the kill on the decaf? That was huge.
That was huge.
That was such a huge pick right there. But yeah, no, the decaf just ran in, got the kill, and then I don't know, Freak Donuts just kind of just let them exist up there. Didn't really go after them when they pretty much should have. Like at that point, you're not worried about just dying. You just really just gotta go after them. That's just crazy.
Yeah, nuke them. If they don't get, if they get jumps in time, or if they get clams, they had perfect clam spawns as well. By the way, those clams spawn right there.
Right there.
The Splatoon god said, "Oh, you want to win? Here you go, buddy." You know.
Yeah, bro. And then we got the replay right here going. You can just see it's such a huge pick, and the clam was just sitting right there. And I just think nobody really just ran at them. Nobody really did. You just kind of got to get in their face and hopefully take attention away from just throwing those clams. But what I really think killed Free Donuts is that they just started feeding. I don't know if you saw that, like, and succeeding, just going in one by one and dying. And then Octaves made the adjustment, switched their play style up, just play patient, let them come to them, and basically got all the picks they needed to get that push going. And the strikes could not come at a better time for that bucket.
Oh yeah, those strikes were really nice. Like the second I saw those strikes, I was like, oh wow, Free Donuts really is in danger. Because it takes one. That is the importance of the well-played specials. It is your calling card. It is the go button. It is the space is literally free. Go get it. And I think the action is going to be continuing here. We are actually going to Inkling Art Academy today, except on tower control, not Clam Blitz, tower control.
Yes, indeed. We will be going to Inkblot tower control, and I'm curious to see how this game phases out. I think Free Donuts would have to bear the comp here just for the sole fact they do have that pencil. But I think the issue for Octaves is that they gotta find a way to turn on that aggression. Maybe offer a more aggressive comp with a little more paint going forward, you know. Like I think they just need a little more paint on the ground in front of them so they can move forward. But we'll see what they set the op here, Fufu.
Yeah, we'll see if there are any comp changes for either of these teams going forward. It doesn't look that Free Donuts is going to be changing anything up here, but that S-Blast is coming out instead of the bucket for Octaves.
Yeah, indeed. So we do lose out on the strikes. We get a Booyah Bomb instead. I wonder how that's going to go. And we're going to go for the Kraken Octobrush instead for these other Octaves as well. And they do immediately find one down by the help of that S. But the S is going to push forward into this pencil. Ooh, but the pencil shuts that down. Get out my face.
Yep, never run at the Chargers. They might just shoot you dead, and we saw exactly that here with Plurm doing a really good job at defending their own here. I do like this position for Crossfire here, but it looks like Octaves has their plat pretty secured, not really allowing Free Donuts to truly go in. Dapples is gone with Lightboy here on the right side, taking them down, opting to take players out with their teammate. Beautiful teamwork there from Octave. They are showing that Crossfire. I think that S-Blast is doing absolute numbers for their team.
Yeah, indeed. And look at them group up and just jump onto the opponents right there. They just straggle with their excellent teamwork. That restarter coming up, gonna try to find something. Does find a little bit of paint on the ground, but nothing else really. Octopus able to trade that out. They're going to do a straight jump. I wonder if they're going to die for it. They do not die for it whatsoever. In fact, it helps out to kill the dualies as well. So they can get back on the tower and possibly keep this push keep going, as well as get a kill on the decap. This could be huge, Fufu.
Yeah, it could be huge here. If Octave can get past this forsaken ramp right here. That ramp is the killer of pushes. They might be in for a great time. Seeing that splashdown ready from Swig. If they can get that good timing on the splashdown, which wasn't quite there. With two on the hammer. Oh my goodness. Yep, never mind. Who needs a splashdown when you have a hammer, apparently?
And this crab tank is on the flank all the way behind because they're forced to. They needed to. That crab tank is going to help them stall a little bit more, going to kill that Ezra, but they do break that second checkpoint. They still going off right there. Two situation right here. Huge fights happening right now on the tower. Here goes the Ultra Stamp. It's just them alive. They're going to go to Ultra Stamp. Going to find the tickets on the tower. Who's going to win the fight? But they're going to win that fight. But they get it down to 21. A very good starting push, if I say so myself.
Beautiful starting push, but something to keep in mind about this map is that Free Donuts very much has the opportunity to take it back themselves, because once you get past that ramp, the snowball is insane. But again, it's a matter of if Free Donuts gets there. It looks like Octave has finally found their flow. They are doing really good, and it's just a matter of seeing how they're going to approach this defense. Splash out, trying to do work. Pastry's able to get out of that alive here. It looks like Free Donuts has the number advantage, is going to be looking to get a push of their own.
And it's going to be very hard for them to stop any momentum going forward, especially with the big butler on the tower. The only thing they really have for that is that Kraken going in, but but the bridge goes down, and that's not what you want to see. So when that bubble goes up on the tower, when the Deacon comes back on the Deacon, going to get that bubble back really fast. It's going to be very hard for them. Our restarter coming out here didn't really get much out of it. It's going to probably go down to that bow. They're doing a lot of shit damage. Kraken coming out on the top side. It's going to do a lot of work on the clip this side. They have to get the second checkpoint, but that Ultra Step being thrown does not find anything. They do kill these duelists right there. Has second checkpoint. So this game is going to be very close, Fufu.
Yeah, and Strings, I need you to use that Will String on tower to be evil as you can be right here, but great chasing Stringer down, and Strings comes out keep it alive between a dually and a Wellstring. The Wellstring gets out of that unscathed. That is hilarious on the matchup side of things. But Free Donuts, despite getting a really good push, they did not break through the lead.
They did not break through the lead, but they did break through that checkpoint, which could be good for them. Oh, what a kill there by the S-Blast. Like I said, get out my face. Just shut him down for the decap that's running forward. You still got to be careful even though you're playing that decap. This S-Blast still got a lot of work. Burst bomb, chip, fart, burst bomb. Get a nice kill right there.
Yep, that is the life of the S-Blast, and they are showing, or trying to show, Pastry's able to put an end to the reign of terror of that dang S-Blast. But it looks like Free Donuts going to be looking to get another push of their own. It just doesn't matter. They don't have any checkpoints that they need to break through anymore. So if they can get this momentum going, it could be a straight shot to the lead, but not without Octaves putting a stop to that. 2 down on Free Donuts. Gray can't get out of this alive. They are dead. Plurm, the last player alive on Free Donuts, trying to get the jumps to keep this going. Oh, man.
They are trying to keep it going, and what really sucks about that, the pencil put that cooler down, and nobody grabbed the cooler. What a nice splash up cancel, though, by that pencil, but they are still 2 down. That Kraken chasing out those dualies. The Octopus doing a lot of work, and yeah, it really sucks that they didn't get that cooler, so now they could have come back fast, and they got to reach out the special. But the Octopus doing a lot of work right there, not able to find a pick, but it's going to force them out. They're going into this game. They're going to play for the final chance for the side of Free Donuts, and a pick on the Octopus is going to be a good start for them.
Yeah, these last 20 seconds are going to be incredibly tense here for both us and the teams that are on the field. If Octaves can continue to throw
my goodness.
OMG, their first engager is gone on the side of Free Donuts. The Pastry's usually the one in the front lines. Actually, Pastry's back, and actually Pastry's dead again. But now danger is coming here for Octaves. They did lose 2 players, and Free Donuts now has everyone ready, or almost in position to get a push going. But Gray alone on the tower. Are they going to be able to get out with Pastry? Is the bigger question. It looks like. What?
No, they just jumped right onto the tower, right behind. They just didn't clear them out, got pushed off to the tower, and that's going to be the game. Octaves going up 2-1 with their wacky comp. Oh my god.
I think that S-Blast made the difference. I'm not even kidding. The S-Blast made the difference. It has a little bit more killing power than the bucket does, in my personal opinion, being able to take players out faster if you have the good aim, and I think that's just what they needed, because S-Blast can also just output a lot of pressure and is a little bit more sustainable not sustainable, but it can act a little bit more on its own,
Yes, it can. I do definitely agree with that, and that was definitely the difference maker. That S-Blast going absolutely crazy, shutting down the Cav at every turn for doing what it wanted to do. And I mean, Free Donuts had opportunities, but the Octabrush and the S-Blast basically just combined to get those random picks to basically just shut it down. And then that one push they had where they was looking really good. They put that cooler down, but nobody grabbed it before dying. Unfortunately, I mean, maybe there's a call out right there that needs to be made, like, yo, chill. I got cooler in a second. We need to make sure we grab it, because if they died the way they did, at the very least, they come back fast with special charge, and maybe they can extend the push a little more. But that was such a huge play for Octaves to kill them before they grabbed that cooler.
Yeah, just huge plays. And, following the end of this match, Octaves is now running on a lot more momentum. You win 2 matches when it looked a little bit grim at the start, and Free Donuts finds themselves in the position I don't think they expected to be in when the first match ended. If you're Free Donuts, you want that mental reset. You want to, relax. Like, okay, well, we got to lock in because we don't want to get knocked out of here. And Octaves, who has the momentum, you won 2 matches in a row, could very well excel and bring that into the potential last match of the set.
Indeed. Can Free Donuts lock in one more time? And I think we're going to zones here. So maybe there might be a zones team, maybe we'll just see, because, zones is a pretty popular, mode among the community, and some teams excel at it more than others. So they can go to Splat Zones, Ship Shake Cargo. Can they lock it in right now and give us a game 5? And if I'm honest, Fufu, with their comp, I feel like they can easily win on zone.
Oh, absolutely. You see that pencil ready to go as well. I think that pencil is going to be huge. It's really, Pen is just good on zones. We've been knowing Pen is good everywhere. Let's be almost everywhere. But I think zones is definitely one of the modes that excels in the most. But if Octaves continues to play with that aggressive pressure, they could very much push Free Donuts back here. But if you're Free Donuts, maybe you don't want to play Rainmaker Humpback. I don't want to play it either, not going to lie.
I wouldn't want to play it either, but I mean, maybe the decaf won't have that much problems with it, being just a very flat and somewhat curvy map as well. But with that being said, I feel like the decaf needs to lock in here and find a way to just basically play how she did game 1 and just get those random picks as well, just being a nuisance on the field, put us big bubblers where the opponents don't want them. That being said, Octaves are doing a really good job countering the decaf and just basically mirroring their movements and shutting them down before they can do anything.
Oh yeah, you gotta blow people up. That is the name of the game. Just blow people up. They can't do anything if they splatter shot. We've lost the Dapples for a splatter shot, and we've gone back to vanilla October. They changed back to the first comp, guys.
Oh my god, they changed back to the first comp, so we're going for the Zcaster, and we're already dead? What happened right there? Oh, okay. All right. Well, that gives us a time to go over the comps there, and that is such a, I'm gonna be honest, that is such a meta comp change coming out on the side of Free Donuts, going for the shot to the dualies and to the decaf. Triple suction bomb. Oh my god, triple suction bomb. Just one thing for sure is they got a mini bomb rush on their team. They can just throw 3 suction bombs on the zone at all times. So I imagine it's going to be hard for Octaves to keep that zone pinned with the shot, with the decaf, with the dualies, 3 suction bombs, and a pencil. And yeah, good luck keeping the zone from being neutral. They can just neutralize it by breathing.
Oh, don't forget, there's also a pencil there.
Yep, I said it.
Oh, you said, dude, my ears don't work. They're gone.
Yeah. Literally, like Free Donuts can just breathe on a zone and it's just neutralized. Like, it's just absolutely crazy.
I feel like the grip emote, the guy grabbing the shoulder, like emote. That's what I feel like right now. I'm like, you changed the comp bag? No.
Yo, Octave, listen. Change your comp bag.
Change it back.
Change it back right now.
Change it back.
Change it back right now, please.
Change it back. They can't hear us. I feel like the image of Walter White screaming past the window, change your comp back.
Indeed. I mean, like, they already don't have that much paint to begin with, so I don't understand. Like, if you can play S-Blast, why wouldn't you play S-Blast?
Right. Like, you are blowing people up with the S-Blast.
Indeed. Definitely blowing people up. I agree with that statement. Just blowing people up, like, with that S-Blast. So, I mean, we'll see. I mean, they already locked it in. You can't change comps once you go win. You can't change comps. So they're going to be locked into this Octobrush with the big swig and all the different things like that. So, you know, but you know what? Maybe they just have a plan. Maybe it'll work. I mean, we'll see.
Opium.
Right? Opium. Opium.
This is opium. But as we said earlier, the comps cannot change following a restart here. So whatever it is what it is. And as worried as I am for Octave, they may just have a plan. We'll see how this first opening goes.
Yeah, indeed. So back to the V bucket with the shot. We'll see how it goes here. Free Donuts looking to offer all three top right side right there. Going to get a pick on the bucket. To try to find a pick right there as well on that big swing, but not able to find it. Yeah, never mind. They are able to find it. And two people go down immediately. Right side of Octaves, control the zone for Free Donuts. And another kill onto the boat. They just go pick after pick for Free Donuts. Starting out really strong. Looking like they're a zones team, like I said.
Like a zones team, indeed, they have all the materials they need to have a good zones game, and we are seeing why. We saw that crab up there earlier, seeing, I think that's a crab. Yeah, the crab and bubble ready, seeing that bubble from Pastry to try and keep as much space as they can, but Octaves find themselves in such a difficult spot, especially when there's a crab shooting at you from the top. A crab and a pencil is horrible. You're getting chipped out from every angle. More than half the points are gone for Free Donuts, and Octave is such a position, you know.
Do I dare say this game is over already? Do I dare say this game might be over? Okay, pick on the decap. Maybe it's not over yet. Oh, but the shot is able to trade it back right there. Here comes the Zicker coming out for the Octopus. Able to get a nice pick right there. But they do got to find a way to get onto the zone and pay and neutralize it. But we're not quite neutralizing the zone right now. They got to neutralize the zone. They do neutralize the zone, but they are going down. Two members down on the side of Free Donuts. They are able to cap it back all the way down to 6, though, and a 72-point penalty for that Free Donuts. Got a lot of work to do.
I was bashing my head against the wall because we let a little bit more points swing by here, but Octaves finally having that zone in their favor. They're able to give Free Donuts potentially a taste of their own medicine, and you know, I think seeing those specials come online, just waiting for that right timing. We have seen they can be patient. No, good night.
Whoa.
Yeah, there's no more Zuka.
Yeah, you really gotta watch when you pop that Zuka, especially right there. But a nice pick right there, able to trade it out. Aggressive coming under, all going to force cap to the zone. Oh, but that splash down looking to do something. It's not doing anything, actually. Just absolutely gets taken down immediately. Nobody died to that. Really good awareness instead of Free Donuts. Able to get another pick as well going forward. Octopus able to trade that back, but it has to jump out. It is so safe. Similar going to the game.
Yeah, we're seeing that rehearsed nature of gameplay from Free Donuts. It feels like they've played this map one too many times here, especially with a comp like this here, the way they retook really, really quickly. But again, just some penalty points they got to get through here, just about 32 for Free Donuts if they can cap the zone once more. But Octaves is finding themselves in a really difficult position, losing 2 of their members and only leaving their 2 painters. And, you know, a brush and a swing can only do so much when you're fighting 4 players.
Yeah, indeed. And maybe splash down, please. Oh, what a nice kill. Can we get a double? Can they get a triple? They're going to get 3 kills right there. The base win coming up huge. And then Free Donuts needs to mind their spacing when facing that. They haven't capped the zone yet. Okay, now we capped the zone. Right there. The Bucket trying to move forward with the Ultra Scan. Trying to find some picks right there. Still in a neutral state. It's this game. Zuka coming out. It's not going to find anything for Free Donuts here. And the Bow is just going to sit on the zone and help paint it. Trying to get some points onto the board. But the Bucket goes down. It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I think this Wellstream can have a really, really important job here if they continue to chip out players of Free Donuts. You know, little by little, Wellstream can be incredibly powerful. You just got to find a way to use it here. And seeing Pastry actually go down, so no decaf on the side of Free Donuts here. One of their first engagers, leaving Free Donuts on a little bit of a back, but I do see all of their players together. Also, the splashdown from the swing could be incredibly important. If they hold it and they stay alive, that could be the game decider here as we're approaching the last 20 ticks for Octaves. This could be a lead switch, Stormy.
It could be, but the decaf has that bubble at the ready. But the strikes coming out, they're going to try to hold the zone, but they do able to force the cap before the strikes really help hold that neutral state. And 2 members go down, members out of Octaves, 3 members go down, just a big left alive. So they're going to force out here on the left side and get that team wiped. And that's going really good for Free Donuts.
Oh, beautiful positioning there from Free Donuts, exactly where they want to be here. Octave, it's not quite over yet still. Penalty points still have to get out of the way there for Free Donuts. So if they can gather their specials, they can gather each other and play as a team, there's a good chance they are able to get themselves back in the zone. But again, it just depends how they play these specials out, how they place their players. But Pastry putting it into any hopes that they had. Beautiful pick, and the last player in the zone. That's game. That's game, Stormy.
And we are going to a game 5 here in our first round of pools A7. Oh my goodness. I wonder who's going to come out on top here. I'm so excited.
I mean, we're going to a drastically different match next, but that just, again, the drastic change might be what adds to the mystery. We don't know who's taking next set, but speaking of this game itself, Free Donuts, they knew what they were doing. They had the comp, they had the sauce. They had it. They had it. We saw that from just how the comps were going, but Octaves did a really, really good job because they got close. They got really, really close.
They did, indeed they did. You know, and it seems like on zones, Free Donuts look to have it sewed up. And then, you know what, if you're Octaves, you're just glad that this set didn't start out on zones because, you know, if this set started on zones, they got to play zones again. And I'll be honest, Free Donuts looked pretty dominant there. So, you know what? Gift from the Splatoon god for Octaves, you know, you do only play zones once this set. With that being said, we'll be going back to, I believe, Rainmaker, since that was the first game we did start at. We'll be going back to Rainmaker. I forgot the map what it would be on, though.
Come back pump track might be hated. And we will be going. But we got some replay action going on here. We saw how close Free Donuts was here at the beginning of just knocking out. That could have very well just been a 100-0 game, but Octaves really kept it going here. By the end, able to, you know, get those picks that they needed by just barely there. There's a lot of good moments in this game. I cannot even lie.
It was a lot of good moments right there. Speaking of good moments right there, that Big Swig doing a lot of work. You know, the Big Swig has impressed me. I won't lie. The Big Swig has impressed me with their mechanics and ability to get kills when their team just, you know, able to need it, even though it's not known for its killing potential and we're known for its pain. So the Big Swig doing a lot of work there. But going into this Rainmaker Humpback pump track game, this is huge because I think both these teams have a really good case to make here. But I think that Wellstring has a lot to prove here because Wellstring is very strong on this.
Oh yeah, Wellstring can do a lot of damage on this map. I think it's also important the positioning that the players choose from because the Wellstring can be very oppressive, but it's not as oppressive when you go into a mid just because of how wide it is. But if you play those sides right, you know how silly it can get.
Yeah, indeed. And then it also depends whether or not Pastry can get in there with her bubbles to be able to just force things out. And they're going with the same comp going on the side of Free Donuts. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know. And the same comp coming out on the side of Octaves. Still no S-Blast, unfortunately, but we'll see how it goes for them.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes indeed here. Seeing the strong openings from both teams. Actually, Octave losing their bucket player right off the start, losing 2 of their players, 2 down on each side. It's going to be a bloodshed here in center, but it looks like there's a lot more yellow than there is blue. Free Donuts able to have a little bit more space coming out of this first fight, but quickly going into the second as Octaves returns back to center. Again, this Rainmaker is up for grabs for whoever comes out of this truly alive.
Yeah, indeed. This stalemate is taking a while. Open the shot goes down. Duelist goes down. This could be a chance for Octaves. The Rainmaker move forward. 3 members go down. This is their chance to move forward. They're going to get a checkpoint for free, basically. That's a start you want. You're Octaves. Checkpoint already. So now they're going to work on the rest of the game and can focus on getting points onto that board.
Yeah, there is a little bit delay on the field, especially as Free Donuts has that crab rate. I believe that is Gray bringing out that strong crab, but a Rose here to just take out whatever stragglers there are. This is huge for Octaves. This could be their match.
Oh my God.
That's it!
That's it! Oh my God. A minute and 7 seconds for a game 5, just ending it just like that. Octaves will win this set 3-2, and I can imagine they're popping off in their VC.
Oh, that was beautiful. That wipeout was just salt in the wound. That was exactly what they needed. You know, we knew Wilson was good, and we knew everyone else was good. This was like kind of the map that Octaves was going to have a bit better luck in compared to Free Donuts, but we didn't expect that much.
Yes,
That's
indeed.
crazy.
It is with their comp. This map was definitely built for them, to say the least. And as soon as I saw two of the sleds go down for free donuts, and it was just basically that pencil alive, it's like, yeah, that's just it. The pencil can't fight off 4 people. The pencil cannot win a 1v4. It just cannot. And that is basically it. But what an amazing first set we saw, Fufu. Man, look at this. Just an amazing job there. That Kraken was huge.
That Kraken was so huge.
Look at this Kraken, y'all, man. Look at this Kraken. Just forcing out that one member, get that kill as well as keeping themselves alive as well, so they can take on this 1v4 on the pencil and make sure they have no chance whatsoever. We see two members just jumping up there. The brush jumping up there, making sure that, hey, you're not getting any free shots off onto my Rainmaker. I think one thing I would have liked to see them one person stay in front of the Rainmaker pedestal and block the shots, because they probably would have died any other time. But other than that, really good job for Octaves.
Oh yeah, beautiful, beautiful job. That was the way to end the set. And frankly, Stormy, if we logged on and said, "Hey, you guys are gonna go to Game 5," I wouldn't have believed you
I wouldn't have
because
believed
it's so early.
Indeed, I agree. I agree. Oh man, what a set! This is SuperJump, folks. This is why this is a major. This is why it's the one of the community's favorite tournaments. And this is going. We got more exciting sets just like this one heading your way. Don't go anywhere. You are watching SuperJump on IPL.
And hello, welcome back to Super Jump 7. We are back from a little bit of a break here. I am Fifu, joined by the one and only Stormy. Do say hello.
What's up? We are back, and because that last set took a minute, we're going straight to winners finals in pool 8-3, ezmd versus BlankZ. Oh man.
Ooh. You can't tell me that this is what we're going with. This is what we're going straight into.
We're going straight into. We're giving y'all heat. We're giving y'all straight heat.
We get into the thick of it. Look at that. I mean, this is gonna be a good set. I mean, look at these people.
I agree. Now, there's a lot of storyline here, at least for me, from my analysis as a commentator, right? ezmd, we look at their roster. Let's be 100% honest here. They're the favorite to win. They should win this by no less than 3-1, 3-0. But BlankZ has something to prove. BlankZ has been making improvements. BlankZ won one of the most recent paddling tours. BlankZ has been putting a lot of work. BlankZ is a team that I've been on the lookout for. I've been wanting to see them get that win, and they got it recently by winning that paddling pool. So right now, they're at their highest, and I want to see them make this biggest upset. I want to see them make this big upset. If they make this big upset, I don't think anything can slow them down for the rest of the tournament.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you know, we're hoping to see a really good set in front of us. And it's also like they've had 2 sets to warm up now, because we are jumping into winners finals. So there's a lot at stake here. And ezmd, I also want to mention they have a leader. They have our favorite weapon of all time. We have a leader, and it's going to be perfect for the next 2 map modes that we have going on. Tower Control, Hagglefish Market. Stormy, give me your thoughts.
Tagglefish, did I say Tagglefish? Oh my god. Tower Control, Hagglefish Market. This map is going to rely mostly on that offensive pressure the team's putting out. That E-leader needs to be taken care of. But that being said, dealing with an E-leader here is not easy. BlankZ is looking for that one, and I mean that one opportunity to get in and basically have your chance to basically win the game, because don't let the E-leader get comfortable here. That being said, BlankZ is known for running a Hydra. Last time I checked, I think I could be lying, I could be wrong, but we'll see coming out. We see the comment here. Oh yeah, that's my boy Ips, by the way. My boy Ips. Yeah, there's the Hydra. There's the Hydra.
Yeah. The Hydra leader matchup is incredibly rough here, but we are seeing ezmd run a little bit more of that meta type of comp. We are seeing the Zap alongside with the leader, the S Plus, and the Stamper, and seeing the Zap Junior, Hydra, and Gal. So we're seeing a very interesting comp here from BlankZ here, and already seeing those picks. Homer with that Stamper taking beautiful picks here, but BlankZ's not going down that fast. I take it back, and they are all back in spawn.
Yeah, indeed, and that's just an aggressive start there for that Stamper. They're getting pick after pick. And really interesting to see the Junior and the Zap coming out on the same team. Lots of pain right there. Here comes that Zcaster, going to find a way to get a kill. Also, Hydra Spotting, trying to look for another one, but it's not able to find anybody else at the moment, but it's causing a lot of chaos in that Stamper, as two members are still basically going down. And that another nice pick. But such about able to take them out, but the tower is just cruising here for ezmd.
Yeah, and those whales may be a bit of salvation there for BlankZ as they are using it to get themselves to the tower here. I do like how they're spreading themselves out position-wise, but again, ezmd is not being pushed out just yet. It feels like we're almost scared to move a little bit forward and cause a little bit of pressure of our own. BlankZ, we do not need to be defending this as hard. We gotta get them out of here.
Indeed, and I mean, I'm going to be straight up honest with you, Fufu. If we're just looking at the comps, BlankZ lost on weapon select because it's looking really hard for them to deal with the aggression of ezmd. They got to definitely make some changes going into the future right here, because it's going to be really hard for them to deal with this.
I mean, let's put it this way. Hydra is their most range on this comp, and the rest are short-range shooters against a Stamper S-Blast who are outranging them at just about every interaction. You have to get really close to ezmd in order to get those picks going, and it's putting. Look how brutal this is! Oh my god!
Oh my god! You can just see Silver. That is Silver, and basically a team wipe right there, and then they're gonna have no shot. BlankZ basically get forced out, and a KO immediately already for the side of ezmd. Taking game 1, and you can just see that high level Stamper gameplay. Most other Stampers would have landed on the ground and tried to use their main weapon. He was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna keep zipping," and you can just see it.
The special's a special. It can kill with the, Zipcaster. Like the second that thing touches the ground. you know, that's it. And I also want to mention, it's like you said earlier, it was dead on arrival. The comp difference was insane. What are 3 short-range shooters going to do against 2 midliners?
Let alone being a Zap and a Junior, 2 weapons that aren't known to just, kill. I mean, besides Zap, obviously, Zap can kill, but like, it's still at the end of the day a support, and it's just like, so you got 2 supporting weapons, and you're just getting ran down by an E leader, you're getting ran down by a Stamper, you're getting ran down by an S-Blast, no less. Like, it's really rough, and so like I said, they lost on a weapon select. You can just see it here, just basically that speed. Like, even when they found 1 or 2 picks, it didn't matter because they're just not keeping up with the pace and the kill power and the pressure that ezmd is putting out. So yes, BlankZ needs to make some changes if they want to win this set.
And I'm hoping they get that memo going into next match, because next match, if I'm not mistaken, will be Splat Zone's Mahi Mahi Resort, which they'll be facing just around the same amount of problems. There's a lot of space for these mid-rangers to get a lot of damage in, and 3 short-range shooters ain't gonna do it here. If you want 1, that's one thing, but 3 of them,
It's definitely not going to cut it, especially playing into a comp that has that E leader, that has that Stamper, and that S-Blast. They're just losing on straight range, and it's going to be very difficult for them to try to keep up here. But we're going to see the constant shot, and that is a you want to see. But will it be enough? We'll find out. Going with the edit, the Tetra dualies, and sticking with the 52 and the Junior. Interesting.
Yeah, the Tetris might be able to help him out just a little bit there, but they actually go down within the first 2 seconds, getting crossfired out here, and, seeing the ezmd, there we go, positioned so well here on the opening. They are 1 down on each side here, and see this little bit of a scrap here on the right side. It might give BlankZ the opportunity to get a little bit of zone themselves, seeing Devil, beautiful job there with the Gal, using all the resources. Wow, Devil's actually doing hella work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, doing a lot of work there, as well as getting help from that Junior. Able to take out 2 members right there, and that is what you want to see coming into the set. The Tetra's not waiting, pushing in, getting a lot of chip damage. Also, that S-Blast was just not able to finish it, but it should be back pretty soon, hopefully, because that was just a really good hold right there. But that's what you want to see them play aggressive, play in their face. You can't wait around, and they're still doing a really good job right there, still keeping the zone pretty much neutral. Here comes the Zcaster. They got to find a way to shut it down. 52 is going down. Are they able to kill it right there? Oh, but Silver right there on that Stamper doing an amazing job, getting another pick as well with helping their teammates, and an amazing job there before he signed an ezmd.
Oh my goodness, what a beautiful fight going out on the field here. ezmd still having control of that zone here, trying to take out this Tetra. There they go, takes a 2-for-1 special, but in that distraction, BlankZ is able to get a hold of the zone. They are in the lead right now, and if they can continue this pressure, they should be able to get through these penalty points no problem and keep things going.
Yeah, indeed. We can see that Congress paying dividends. Look at the pressure that BlankZ is putting out right there. Even if they are going down, the Tetris causing distractions, and the 52 and the Junior just plays off that holding positioning right there. Now, ezmd has to find a way to get back in and control the zone. They're relying on Silver with this Zcaster to make plays, but aren't able to get anything right now. The Junior goes down. They're not able to find much, but they are able to flip the zone back. But it's still in a nice little neutral state for the side of BlankZ. If you're BlankZ, you're going to take with this. The Tetris just flanking behind, going to the back. Interesting play here. I wonder what they're going to do with this.
Yeah, but it looks like the attention is split, and don't keep your attention away too long. What?
Oh, wait,
what?
Whoa.
What? That guy was dead.
I thought they were dead too. That was interesting right there. But I mean, cause the Baylor destruction, the Zap going down here, but the 52 was able to do much else. But the Tetris coming right back in, not phased whatsoever by the fact that they get the kill, and still basically going forward, doing a lot of pressure, causing a lot of attention. And the Tetris are such a major factor for this comp for BlankZ.
Oh, absolutely. The Tetris goes to distract, the rest do their job, and they have a heavy paint there in the back once they get to the zone. So flipping the zone is not a problem whatsoever. But that being said, ezmd is seeing a little bit through this tactic and is able to get the zone for themselves. We are seeing that distraction there from Multi again, dragging the... Notice how they're taking attention of 3 players!
I was going to say, they're just taking all the attention, but that being said, they still do go 3 down now. Now they got to find a way to push back in. Now ezmd, after 3 minutes, finally has solid footing on this game. Never mind, I lied, the S-Blast goes down immediately. They have no solid footing whatsoever. So we're going to see them run back into the zone. Just going down, but they do got to find a way to cap. A nice kill there by S. Also that 52 able to slow it down a little bit more, but they are able to trade it back. And that edit is having cooler like clockwork.
Oh yeah, and it builds cooler like crazy. I'm so serious. Like it will breathe and say, oh yeah, have cooler gun, guys. Lamau, if it wasn't for the cooldown. With that being said, it looks like ezmd is finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel as they are able to keep that zone in control and are quickly burning past these penalty points. So, you know, less than 10 here, and this could very well be their lead. You know, seeing those hedges down there from BlankZ and losing their junior, that's going to be a lead swap, Stormy.
Yeah, it's going to be a lead swap, but 2 members go down for a side of ezmd, but they are coming back probably fast with that cooler right there. A nice pick there by that 52. They are able to switch the zone over, but now they got to find a way to regain their footing. They need to find a couple of picks here. That bomb from that junior trying to do some work, but they put it down right there. But that bullet bomb was forced to throw in a bad position. What a nice play there by the junior, able to take out 2 members as well. Oh, but the Eater has something to say about that final pick, but it's not going to be enough. Lead swap going to go back into the favor of BlankZ Fufu.
Yeah, and there's that lead swap once more. And again, this is such a close set. It feels like BlankZ has found something that finally works for them here. You know, I was jumping them for the short-range shooters here, but they are really making work out of it. But ezmd, so many letters happening, is able to see light of their own. 2 down on the side of BlankZ, and ezmd is in such a good position right now. Spread your members out, get every position you can, and shoot them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's going to be really hard. They have 3 special rated right here. Here comes that Zip Caster. The Wave Breaker is going to be out. And that Boyabon to basically hold the zone. So Philip trying to cap. And then 2 members going down. One in the being your reslider. You're not going to be able to cap that zone. And that's going to be game once again for ezmd. They put. Oh, wait. Reslider going up. The other side is on line. But no, it's not enough. They just have to force it in. And it's not going to be enough. But man, what a nice effort from BlankZ. They just gotta find a way to put it all together and find a way to reverse sweep now.
Oh, beautiful. This is beautiful. It's just look at the set we just had, bro. Just look at it. I mean the game, not even the first match went poo, and this match was close. I don't think ezmd was expecting them to whoop out a Tetris and play like that.
Indeed. And I wonder if that's going to work out for them for the future. I wonder if this is going to pay dividends for something that isn't on zones. I wonder, like, when we go back to that Rainmaker, the Clan Blitz, I wonder if they can find a way to pull it off and pull through, because they just need a lot of work to do. Because ezmd, like, they're expecting to lose this set. Most people expect BlankZ to lose this set, so no harm, no foul. But BlankZ, with their expectations, they want to win this set. And they're going to do anything they can to pull this out.
Yeah, and they were really pulling out all the stops. I mean, look at the way they were fighting. You can tell in their gameplay that they really wanted this, and they got really, really close as well. ezmd, you know, did an amazing job at keeping them back, especially when you have a mosquito in your backlines by the name of Devil.
Indeed. And I think the issue for BlankZ this game was that when they did gain that lead, it just unfortunately went down. They could have played a more slower game, maybe build for that reslider, maybe build for, you know, something else, and just basically be able to hold and not go in and die. But unfortunately, that's just not what happened. But going into Rainmaker Undertow, we hope to see that aggression does stay strong, but you still got to deal with that E-leader. For the ezmd, Devin is no E-leader to scoff at whatsoever.
Definitely not, and it gets really dangerous on a mode like Rainmaker, because Charger is difficult on Rainmaker because there's a lot more pressure on you hitting your shots, especially on a player as important as the Rainmaker carrier. But if you are an experienced leader player and you know what you're doing, it is no problem for you. You will hit the shot, and it's as you said, they got to look out for that. But this map is a little bit finicky when it comes to E-leaders anyways, so the chance could very well be there.
Yeah,
oh!
Indeed.
No leader.
And like you said, switching to that splatter scope, as well as getting a hold of that ink vacuum that could be huge for each side of ezmd, as well as just been before. And is that a sploosh I see? That is a sploosh with object shredder here. And honestly, I do not knock the pick whatsoever. We've seen a punter remedy immediately grab it, but unfortunately it does go down. They would have traded a couple of kills, but it's not going to be enough. So they're going to rest them probably before to jump out, and they do call the shark. It's there, basically sniffing out that last member.
Yeah, sniffing him out indeed, and ezmd looking to try to take the left, but it looks like that beautiful edit was able to get a pick but go down themselves. It does not stop ezmd's momentum too hard, as they still have most of this middle in their favor. It's painted yellow, and that back is ready to go. They are looking to just get this Rainmaker moving. Again, back has been incredibly powerful and has been a more favorable pick here in high and top level play, and we are seeing why. I mean, between its buff, oh wait, that wasn't enough.
it wasn't enough. They were able to stop the Rainmaker despite the Inkling being out. So what an amazing job there by BlankZ. And they're going to move the Rainmaker out of it immediately. Going to bring it over to this left side. What a nice job by BlankZ. But they do have to be careful because their weapons do not have a lot of range like per usual. But I'm sure they're used to that recently coming out. So they're going to be able to move forward and possibly get a chip with the S-Blast. Put a stop to that right there. And what a nice pick there by the S-Blast.
Oh, beautiful burst bomb there. That was like, hey, you think you're getting away? Loud and correct buzzer. But look how fast ezmd is moving, giving a path to the Rainmaker here. IPS in the backline, following the path that was painted to them right to the checkpoint here very, very soon. But again, Multi, wait, their name was Multi, not Devil.
Yeah, Multi is that Tetra duel. He's causing havoc in the backfield, getting a flick onto that Raymond. Wait, they are able to pick it up right there, able to get 2 down, so they are able to push forward a little bit more. They do have the back at the ready, is Devin, but they're going to go towards this right checkpoint. Interesting trail right there, and they are able to get it, as well as probably keep it going. Going to put the understand, trying to keep it going. They're going to throw the understand up there, as well as get this lead. They're going to keep going forward. They're just forcing through.
That was insane work. That was beautiful, beautiful strat there with that hammer. I love to see the way that they use the hammer to, you know, break out any bombs, anything that would come their way here and feed them into the hammer. That was a really good.
They're still going. They're still going. Oh my God! They don't stop them. Oh my God! Win it 2.
Oh God! 2. That's at 2. Stormy, my stomach hurts.
Oh my God! That's at 2. Oh my goodness! What an amazing job by BlankZ. Oh my goodness, what a response after the first 2 games. Get over on the 2, so now all they gotta do is play a solid defense, but do not count out ezmd just yet. They can break this checkpoint immediately right now if they wanted to. They're gonna try to go for it, but they do get taken down. We're gonna try to stop it right there, but 2 members are going down. Here goes the Ultra Stand, gonna try to find something. Is it gonna be able to find anything? No, it's not, but they're all gonna drop it off and reset it back to mid.
Again, I might just buy them a little bit more time, but if they continue to lose members, they will not buy them at any time really at the end here. They really got to find a way to keep ezmd out, and they got to start taking them out. Devil's getting the assignment here, and as they slowly approach that checkpoint little by little, you are scaring me here. They are playing these sides. This is a beautiful pincer. This is the pincer you want.
That's
beautiful
amazing.
pincer. That's 3 down. That was amazing.
Oh my God, amazing. When you got 2 ready weapons like the Tetras, like the Sploos, they're going to play those off angles, and I think ezmd needs to make an adjustment right there. S-Blast going down, not a position they definitely didn't want to be in, so they're going to be forced to back up and reposition, but 2 members going down, the Stanford and the S-Blast, they're going to keep going forward. They're going to get another pick off the edge on that. Oh, but unfortunately, they go down to the bomb, but Devil zooming forward, but just get taken out by the S-Blast, but the Tetras have a lot to say about that. Never mind, no, they don't. You can take it on themselves, but BlankZ is more than okay with this. We can see the edit is flanking. Even the edit getting in on the action. This is crazy.
Dude, edit is genuinely like such a funny weapon because it can do a lot more things than people anticipate, and that's the beauty of it. But what we are anticipating is a push from ezmd, as they did take 2 members of Blinks down. This is their chance to push and get a checkpoint. Again, ezmd does not have a checkpoint. I repeat, they do not have a checkpoint.
They are, and then look at the Sploos just running in and just taking these angles and just basically just being just a nuisance as well with the Tetras. But they do go 2 down, they finally get punished for it. So this could be the chance to get checkpoint, and they are able to take out the 52 and the back coming out as well. This could be the chance right here. This edit needs to live. This edit is going to be huge right here. Did he find a way to get this pick? Restart it coming out. It's infinite, but don't find editing. Able to kill it right there, Fufu. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, the stakes are high now for ezmd and Blink. ezmd, who is very much looking forward to try and get past that 2-point. They have to get to 1. They can almost knock it out, and that will be the lead. But they have no back. There is no back.
There's the back. They're just going to run forward, but wait, they're going to repop it with the back shot, I'm sure. They are able to rip with the Rainmaker. So wait, no, they lost it too early. They lost it too early. Oh, but what a kill there by Devin on there. They're going to try to pop it. They have a chance, but no, the popping power of BlankZ is going to be too much and grab the Rainmaker.
We're not done. We're not done, Stormy. We're not done. What was that? What was that?
You know what that is? I've heard it a lot between the high-level community. That is basically BlankZ Rainmaker. That's what they do. That's just how they play the game. I've heard it, but now I finally get to see it. Oh, that looks so annoying. That looks so annoying.
They switched off their main Tetra player. Devil was not playing Tetra. Multi was playing Tetra. They switched their players out. They brought a dang Sploosh to the...
They brought a sploosh. They brought a sploosh with the Tetras, and they won. convincingly.
They won.
Finally.
That was insane. The extra flank in the back, that was ridiculous.
That was ridiculous.
We're getting fed. That's what we're doing. We're getting fed, Stormy. This is our food for the week.
That is our food for the week. And that one, I don't know who did it, but that one stick with the Rainmaker getting down to 2 actually mattered, because if they didn't, then I think ezmd would have we took the lead right then and there. But because of that play, whoever stuck the Rainmaker, it basically just secured them the win of that set.
My jaw's on the floor still. I think I'm still processing whatever just happened here. I mean, look at this. This is the play that I praise the most here, because they were using the hammer basically as a makeshift back to block any incoming shots that would go towards the Rainmaker, and I think that was beautiful because the hammer only lasts so long, and that's a whole ramp. So it was essentially a back, which was beautiful gaming there from BlankZ.
Yeah, and it was a sploosh that basically just snuck past. It's just really crazy how fast they made it up there despite it being on uninkable. So just a really nice job there by the sploosh area sneaking in, and basically a nice solid defense. Unfortunately, that back shot came out a little bit too early to pop the Rainmaker, and at that point they just couldn't do anything, basically facing down an edit when it comes to popping the Rainmaker for contention.
Yeah, it's just such an interesting match. And, we knew that ezmd was struggling a bit with the Tetris and a little bit of a distraction game coming out from BlankZ in the previous match, but it feels like BlankZ turned it up to 10 going into the Rainmaker match, giving themselves a score on the board. But things are going to be shifting a bit as we approach the desert. Oh, the desert of Clamblitz Scourge.
Oh my goodness, Clamblitz Scourge. I wonder how it's going to play difference here. I want to see a lot of moves here from that S-Blast instead of ezmd. That S-Blast is going to be doing a lot of work. And we're going with the feed dually instead of the Tetris. I wonder about this play here, to giving up the reslider for a Crab Tank. Interesting.
Crab is incredibly powerful on this map, as we've seen. If you can set yourself up in like the snipe positions or like even mid, it is, well, not really mid. I forgot it is high here. Wait, we're playing Clamblitz. Yeah, if you can set yourself up on the snipes in the middle here, it is an incredibly powerful tool. And I see why they did what they did, but it looks like BlankZ is running off the momentum they did last match and getting the first picks on the board, but quickly evened out here by, how do you say that? Kikoa. But finds themselves in a pickle and is forced way back to spawn.
No, and the dude just ran forward and died with all the cleanses so they can really get something going. But they are sitting up here. But the S-Blast just shuts it down. That is not how you want it to go if you're BlankZ. The execution just felt a little bit faulty there. But that Crab is going to help them get a little chip damage. And they still have room to work with, so they're not panicking too much. But they're probably just kicking themselves for that play right there.
Yeah, kicking themselves a little bit there indeed. Clamblitz is pretty unforgiving when you think about it. If you do not have all the elements you need, it is incredibly unforgiving. And again, back in this middle, I feel like we're going to see a lot of neutral playing going on, just because there's a big old block of rock in the middle of the dang map, and it is the staller of all time.
Yeah, indeed. Nice job by BlankZ, able to shut down that Zip Caster right there. Boyba coming out on top mid. Look at the duel. He's doing a lot of work right there, able to draw a little bit of attention, but does go down. But the edit plays insane angles on the side of BlankZ, and it's going to be really able to push it in. And they're able to push in with that bubble and get one power climb in, but nothing else pretty much. Oh, the 52! Whoa, the 52 able to get another pick as well. And then popping the well here is going to try to stay alive and stall for a lot more time and get out safely, and the team has come back into mid.
Devil, you devil. Oh my goodness. But it looks like the Devil's Reign has ended being taken out quickly. I think it was by Homer here just a second ago. ezmd, despite getting stalled out and dragged out to the side, is able to find themselves in a pretty advantageous position. Cooler is out, and they're setting themselves very quickly underneath, not underneath the basket. We went backwards. Okay.
A little bit more pitch to go back. They're going to Zcaster. They've been doing a good job taking care of the Zcaster, but look at this. Look at the angle they're going with right here. Able to do some work, but actually probably going to get shut down and not much up. But what a shot there by the E-leader. 2 members are down. The Zcaster does a lot of work. The Bubba coming up, looking to stall for a little bit, but the 52 goes down. So there's going to be all their offensive pressure going down for the side of BlankZ as more members are going down. A lot of points being put into this basket.
Yeah, 2 power clams going in, and some extra clams really does a lot of numbers to the score, and they're looking to try and knock this out probably very soon. They are losing their Stamper. No Stamper on the board for ezmd, and they do lose their S-Blast on top of that, and I believe that is going to be the end of the push, unless we can see some miracle plays here. IPS getting the last couple of clams in. There you go. A little bit more points. It never hurt nobody.
Yeah, indeed, and he did that with the cooler, so no harm, no foul, coming back, still very fast. They're going to be able to build another cooler for their team. But like I said, BlankZ is just going down one by one right now. And they just keep going down right now. Now the footing, they have lost all their footing. And now ezmd has found their footing. And it's going to be really hard for BlankZ to push back in, especially with little time on the clock.
Yeah, the stress is definitely building up as the time continues to tick. It looks like Devils here is going to be looking to try and take some picks off of the leader. Again, Gal is such an insane weapon because look at that. It can drop a wall, it can defend itself, it has two-shot kill. What can't this thing do?
They could just basically do anything and everything. But BlankZ finally finding their footing up and getting some picks right here. They could be before. Oh no! But a play from behind from the ezmd, able to stop their push, getting another pick, and that's not what you want for BlankZ. Oh no! And it's just the edit left alive. Probably have to jump out here. They're just still opting to shark. Actually, I'm wondering what the plan here is for this edit, but definitely nothing as it just ended up jumping out anyway.
Yeah, no quite plans there. If it was a stall, I think they definitely stalled enough to give themselves a little bit more setup for this defense. ezmd does have that ball in their favor, looking to try and possibly knock this out within the next push, or at least get a little bit closer to it. BlankZ is really, really struggling here on this map in general. It is really, really rough for them, as we've been noticing. The score difference is quite drastic.
Yeah, indeed. But what a nice pick there by Devil on that 52. But they're going to go in the back line there. The duel is just causing a lot of attention. But I don't know if that's what they need. 2v2 situation going on here. The bullying ball coming out is going to slow them down. And we're going to see numbers advantage still in their favor there. What a nice kill with the fall off. But it's still not going to be enough. The ezmd is able to shut it down. But here comes a shark here by Molotov. But he has no clams. And it's not going to be enough. Oh, bro. Bro.
Freaking Soul Reed, dude.
Soul Reed, it just hurt. They heard it. They're playing with sound on, clearly.
Clearly, that was hilarious. But these last 10 seconds are approaching. We do see that ball ready for BlankZ, but so from ezmd. It takes one good move from ezmd, and they'll have that ball in the basket. There we go. Straight into the basket. So anything is possible, but with Blank still in their base, it looks very grim. Wait.
5 minutes now. That Zencaster is out of position. It's just with the bubble coming out. It's not going to be enough. They got to find a way to get into this basket. They find a way to get it in. But the automatic goes down. That is a wipe out. And oh man, if the junior found a way to live right there, they just found a way to live and just keep it going, they might have had a chance. Oh man.
The same brain cell. Oh man. Oh man, that, they give us hope. I'm mad at Blanks for giving us hope for that, because I was like, please, that would be so cool to go into a game side, but no, ezmd seeing it through, seeing it to the very end. Man, what a set. What a set
that was indeed. And you gotta look back at that find that ezmd did when he just found the Tetris sitting there. If the ezmd didn't find them, that might have been some problem. Truthfully, that might have been the problem. Yeah. But the ezmd just got that dog nose, got that dog in him, just sniffed it out. Just say, hey, I see you. I see you, man. Look, that's so crazy. Like that isn't accidental. That is, I know you're there. That is, hey, bro. Hey, man. Like, what's up? Like, like, what you doing? Like, oh my God.
That was so funny, but I felt so bad. It's like, that's a suspicious patch of ink here. Let me shoot.
That's just straight up, man. I just know, like, just that sixth sense, the third eye just coming out there, and that is what basically brought ezmd to win. What a nice, pretty much set for them. But BlankZ showed a lot of potential. We can easily see them in this alpha bracket, and I believe they made an alpha bracket last time they played SuperJump. So looking to probably make a deeper run this time around, especially with how much they've been improving recently.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we're seeing the effects of that improvement, because I mean, look how far they really pushed ezmd here, which is, for those that don't know, a really good team. So it's impressive. So BlankZ has a little bit more work to do in order to beat this team. That said, phenomenal showing of their growth.
Yes, it is. And we'll have more action just like this. We have a lot of exciting sets. 2 exciting sets already on stream for you guys, and you don't want to miss any more of the action. So don't go anywhere. You are watching SuperJump here on IPL. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Super Jump, where we'll be going to Pool A1 for loser semifinals, which is very important. If you didn't know, this is going to be a very important set for both the teams. And we got Carmel taking on.
You hear this? You seen this? You
Decemberlous 6-7 dinner.
So can we just call them dinner to make fun of them?
Yeah, we're gonna call you dinner. You're not getting any memes from us, bro. You're not getting any game. Yeah, but just so we're clear, this name is trash. All right. So I want y'all to never make a team name ever again. Okay. Just straight up. Just straight up.
You can take some advice there from Caramel, however you want to say it. See, that's controversial on its own. No. You're controversial too, Caramel.
This is just crazy. Like, you expect me to sit here and go 6-7 every time? No, we're just calling you dinner. We're just calling you dinner. All right, you're dinner. Just dinner. It just so y'all know, the only reason y'all are on stream is that we had nobody else. Otherwise, we would have avoided y'all like the plague. All right, I just want to make sure we understand that. Okay, I'm done talking trash now.
Yeah. No, come on, my ears aren't done.
Your ears are. In any case.
Yep.
In any case, this is an important set. It's still best of 5 or these best of 3 now that it's losers out of genuine curious. It's still so these are still best of 5 being the major that it is. You got to give teams a chance, and I do like that about SuperJump. I know people complain about it takes long, but the way I see it, and this is the equivalent of a LAN. It has to be BO5.
Listen, we play BO3s at LANs now because we took way too long. That being said, you guys are playing 8-hour ladders on NA League. You cannot complain about maybe a 4-hour day.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like, come on, we can't be doing all that. But that said, the world is apparently healing, and we are going to be starting on a Clamlet to Mommy Ruins. I like this map. I kind of like and don't like this map. See, I convinced myself that I didn't like Crab Leg, but Umami could be okay, I guess.
I agree. Clan Boost Umami is a very exciting map, especially for both these teams. Truthfully, I was still be talking trash. I would have liked to know who the players were. So if you don't mind, let me get a quick glance at the players, because I think I recognize some of these players. But you know what? Maybe I'll recognize them when we get into the match anyway. That being said, go ahead.
Listen. You are so hating over the name that you forgot to hate on the players.
You're right. Maybe I forgot to hit on the players. That made the name, Maybe you got to do that. But that being said, we'll be going straight into this. This is a very important match for both these teams. So we're going to see who comes out on top. This is the dinner team. And oh my God, a terrible cop for a terrible team name. Look, you know what I'm saying? Okay, jokes aside, the comments in that bad. Going with that crab tank. Is that the foil? Oh no, that's the carbon with the fizzy bomb and chunks. Interesting comp coming out here, and that pack brother.
We have so many interesting so many interesting things happening, because also we have Flugas, also we Blink, and the dinner, it has become dinner, leaving the carbon as the only player alive. They have been done and dusted.
They have been done and dusted immediately on his first interaction here. We can just see Carmel coming out very strong, just running straight into those Fluga shots. We were doing a lot of work. Brush causing havoc. Here comes the Booyah Bomb as well. They're going to try to make a play, but it's not going to amount to much. They can try to make it. They can make a ball really fast, and the basket is still going open, getting all the way down into the 40s. That jump is not getting camped. Herman's still alive there, and still finding pick after pick. And this game is looking, it might be over fast. Oh my goodness.
It's going by certainly quickly here, seeing that one left clam there from the pen and finding 2 more there just to help keep this basket open for a little bit longer. Mighty here, I know what you are, Honkai Star Rail player. That being said, really, really good stuff there from Carmel. Getting those last of the clams that they need to knock this game out. That's game.
Okay, so this might be the fastest set we ever broadcast here, Fufu, because wow. Yeah. They definitely just made it look easy on the side of Carmel, just taking it pick after pick, just showing aggression, and basically just outplaying the other team completely here. And they're ready to go on to the next round.
Caramel cooked up the dinner. Well done. That's what we saw. Well done.
They got put on a steak plate, served on a platter, cut up with all of it juicy. It was just
to perfection. To perfection.
They caramelized the dinner. They caramelized the dinner. and ate it. That's exactly what
Now, are we going to be seeing the clean cooking that we saw last match with Carvel again into the next match? The question is, what are the maps? They like genuinely. I haven't remembered the maps. That's how good the game was. The maps have left my head. Poof. And as the voices in our head have heard us, we're going into Tower Control Macomart.
Tower Control Macomart. Oh man. Okay. In all seriousness, Dinner has a lot of work to do. Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like even though I called their comp trash, that was me joking. I'm just being mean. But their comp actually isn't bad. I see potential with that comp. Like, what is this? Like, this is Crab edit with the Carbon Dread Ring Umbrella. Okay, you might want a cooler, but like, you know what? Fine. Fine. Like it can work. But I just think they need to play a little bit more. I actually don't know. Look, it was just really dominant.
Okay.
It was just dominant.
Let me put it this way. They have one aggressor, and that is the Slotbrella, which is great at distracting things, and it wants more crossfire, which, I don't know, it feels funky. It feels funky, because you have, like, 3 players that are wanting to play off of side angles, and no one really, it gets a little silly.
Yeah, honestly. In any case, I think maybe that's just a bad game for them. Maybe they can find their footing in these rest of these games here. And I mean, if you're Carmel, you're not changing anything. You're just basically trying to do the same thing. You're probably rated up on the screen already. You just push A, and you're just ready to go because you have nothing to change. You have no adjustments to make. Like you're just good.
You're chilling even. They got nothing to worry about. But that being said, we're going to be opening our next match into the Tower Control Mako Center. And I think once the players are able to get themselves into that second checkpoint area and they can get past that, they're going to be going in for a snowball, as all things Tower Control are. But we are seeing that change from Carmel, bringing the brush out instead. I think they're playing a little bit more of a distraction game. This is going to be interesting.
Yeah, indeed, as well as with the tri-slosher with the screen. Very interesting choice right there, and I want to see how that's going to go for them. But with that being said, though, Dinner does change their comp to that cooler edit, and it's not going to matter if they just get wiped out off the first interaction of the game. Wow, just immediately, just again.
Again, yeah, it seems like Carmel is ready to cook up another delicious meal here on just by those points that are just and going and going. I mean, not even the Carbon is able to really get the pick off the tower, but they are able to get a collateral on the left side. Noxy doing what they can to try and take any picks that they can, but realistically, they are by themselves and will be going down, but not without taking one player with them.
Yeah, indeed. And they finally are able to get 3 down on the side of Dinner. So this could be the chance to push back out. Oh, goodness gracious. The Pencil has a lot to say about that, though. He's a nice kill on that Brilla, as well as just putting Paint down, shifting basically everything. They're stuck. They're literally stuck. Oh, oh goodness.
That's what we call a good night moment here. And this Brella doing what they can to try and take the attention of Carmel, but Carmel will continue to keep things moving here. We do see deaths on each side in terms of the brush from Carmel, and, well, we actually have 2 down on Dinner. Again, they are on the back foot, dude. They are getting constantly pushed back. It's like a never-ending storm there from Carmel, and Dinner is not having the best time keeping up.
Yeah, indeed, it's really hard for them. They gotta pop this agent out soon. You can't just hope. No, man, never mind. DJ does go down. Oh, but coming for the top ropes is that roller able to take out 2 members, but before they get traded out immediately, and all that hype is, down in this game.
But they're not done.
They're not done yet. They're keeping it down to 1, and they're gonna keep going here, and the game is still not over yet. Oh my goodness, Kirby taking out 2 members.
Yeah, but Kermit wasn't able to get any jumps in to try and keep that going, which smart from the rest of Carmel, really, to make sure that they have another chance to get themselves back at the center. But I like what Boyo's doing here on the left side, doing silly things with Silly Gal. This is probably the best thing you could do here. Get yourself up as best you can, maximize your angles, and do what you get. Whoa, they all spawned.
Yeah, they all spawn. They're all just looking at the same thing. They're all grouped up nice and well for Carmel. Just basically figured the pick right here. The edit needs to put a cooler down real soon. They can't just go to the game without putting a cooler down. They do get the cooler off, but are already able to get anything with it because the members of the are able to go grab that cooler and they go 2 down. They went 2 down without grabbing the cooler. On top of that, like their Dread Ring is coming back really slow as well as getting another pick onto the Carbon. I wonder if the Carbon was cooler though. Did they grab the cooler? No, they did not. Look how long they're taking to get back.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really rough here for Dinner. I think, honestly, unless they find a way to maximize their crossfire and a way to really get, just everything going, it's really rough. It's just, wait, pause, 3 down on Carmel. I'm talking about, like, how Dinner's on the back foot and Carmel proceeds to go 3 down, but I think they might have been coolered up because they are back kind of quickly. They might or may not have been. That could have been 5 seconds, it could have not, but it felt like 2. That being said, Carmel's ready to meet Dinner back in the center, but they are losing 2 players in the process. It looks like Dinner has finally found some sort of footing in this match.
Yeah, and that's the first point they put on the board this set. And it would get it down to 85, but they still haven't broken that first checkpoint, so it's not going to be enough for them as they go 3 down once again. Carmel's just looking like the better and dominant team. That brother's going to do all they can to just hold and stall. They need to pick onto that trial, so there could be a chance. They're going to chase that pistol all the way to the corner and get that pick. We're going to get that. No way!
Oh, that was the silliest interaction known to man, bro. And it took so much time. That was like a whole 5 seconds. And for what? The poor little pen.
The poor little pen, and they're able to help get a trade out of that as well. So they are going to come back in and basically get right back into the same position they were just into that corner. But Dinner is looking pretty poised here right now. That screen going to come a little separation there. They're trying to be able to get the kill onto the Jerk, and that kill there by the Tri-Spot. Another member right below it is probably going to get that kill as well, and it's just a Carbon left alive, and this basically will probably be a delayed wipe for the side of Dinner.
Yeah, it's really, really rough there for Dinner, as you know, they already are at that 1 point, and as it stands, I don't know if they're going to be able to even not have enough space or enough really power to knock Carmel out, especially as they continue another push against Dinner. Things are looking grim more and more as the game continues to go forward.
Yeah, indeed. Only Thursday was to go into this game. They are finding some nice picks, so it's not like they're incapable, but they do gotta find a way to break that check, and with it already being to their side of the map, they're going to have a hard time being able to push it off. The members are just basically still just jumping in, and this package just focusing them, but not able to find anything at all. They're just playing behind them. They're playing solo queue. They're literally just playing solo queue on them right now.
Look at that bomb. The bomb landed on the damn tower. Are you kidding me? Okay. All right. Sure, man. We can just defy the laws of Splatoon. Yeah, toss your bomb. Let it hit the tower. Also, can I mention Carmel's base? Look at their base. In comparison, there's no orange there almost.
Literally no orange there whatsoever. Just straight dominance there by Carmel for the Hulk and getting it down to 1 and not even letting them get past the first checkpoint. And it's just looking real rough for the side of Dinner. It's looking real for the side of Dinner.
It's really, really rough. And I don't even know what to tell them. I don't know what to tell them, bro. Your name is that monstrosity. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, sometimes people put a little bit more effort into their team name than they are at the video game, and you know what? That's okay sometimes. That's okay sometimes.
No, you did not say that.
Look, they put effort into their team name.
No, you're such a bad influence, bro. You're such a bad influence.
Oh my God! Look, man! You came in here. You came in here with 6'7" and expected me not to say nothing.
I need a Tums, man. My stomach hurts. Hold on. I need a Tums. Stormy,
man.
take the mic, man. You made my stomach hurt.
Oh my God! Oh my God! That being said, Carmel is up 2-0, looking poised to make it to their next round. Decemberlous 6-7 Dinner. I'm gonna do it for you one time. I'm gonna do it for you one time. 6-7 Dinner, trying to find a way to get a reverse sweep, but it's looking real rough for them because Carmel just looking like just a very dominant team here. And Fufu is back. Welcome back. It's Hans.
Genuinely, my stomach hurt from the cackling. That I was doing that. I got my stomach acid lifted itself, and I needed Tums. That's how bad it is.
My bad.
It was worth it, dude. Foul. That's so foul. Like, I can't curse, but it's foul.
Oh my God.
We're getting clipped, man.
We are indeed getting clipped. Honestly, I think I ruined any chance of commentating for IPL ever again.
Oh,
honestly,
yeah, you and I.
And you know what? I think I've accepted that. I have accepted that. I have accepted.
Stormy, it was only a matter of time before we are not allowed on mic together ever again.
It's due. It's so over. So you know what? It's probably the last time y'all see me. Let me say my goodbyes right now. Let me say my goodbyes right now.
Okay, we gotta lock in, man, because our next match is Splatoon's Mahi Mahi. Listen, we can't soak the dinner in water unless these guys feel like taking a swim. So we're gonna find out who's sinking or swimming. Get it? In this match.
Wait, I think I heard Octaves losing. Yo, that's crazy. Bro, you're so stupid. You're so stupid. I can't stand it. Oh my god. Oh, so they do make a switch to the recycle umbrella, but they still go down here, unfortunately. And they're going for that shredded ringer D with that wave breaker there. So we're gonna see if it does anything for them. And they are bringing out that glamour split, the G shot, if you will, with that Kraken. So see what happens for them. Okay.
My stomach hurts. That being said, looks like Carmel's able to have control of the zone, able to get back into it. But as I say that, it looks like they are forced way back, and this poor Pen is seeing the respawn point once again. Dinner's finally starting to do a little bit of cooking. I lied. They have burnt the chicken as they have gone 3 down. There is no good food on the side of Dinner, but the flip, Caramel, there you go.
It was literally like, oh, they're cooking, and it's burnt, Oh, and it's all over the floor. Oh. It's all over the floor. Oh man, dinner has been ruined. Oh my god, yo, we gotta start making people laugh. They're gonna die before the set is over. That being said, they are 2 down, so the dinner is still burning. But Carmo needs to find a way. Dinner needs to find a way back in to save the dinner. You gotta salvage it. I don't know if you were here for, but remember when Havoc posted that picture of a cooking spaghetti, and then he burnt the spaghetti, and when he burnt the spaghetti, that's what Dinner's looking like right now. That's what Dinner looks right now when Havoc burnt that spaghetti.
Oh my god. That is. Okay, that's it. It looks like after we're cackling, Dinner's has been cooked. Carmel is sending it forward, and 3 down on the side of Dinner. And we blink, we cackle. 2 minutes have passed. Carmel's done. They won the set. That's it. I cannot do this anymore. My career is over, Stormy.
You're tripping. My career is over. Oh my god. In any case, that is game 3-0 for Carmel. Very dominant. Good job to them. They will be moving on to losers finals, I believe, for losers bracket, unless that is it for them. I'm not sure. But I think they'll be moving on to losers finals. So congratulations to them. And for the side of 6-7 Dinner, they will be going, I think, to like what? A bracket soon. Yeah. Going to a bracket because of that. So no hard feelings to them. They can try to make a run here and win their whole bracket tomorrow. That's why you got a little SuperJump. That's why you got a little SuperJump.
SuperJump lets everyone go into game 2. You get a lot of gaming, no matter where you are, no matter your skill level, and it's always a good time. So if you haven't played this time, if you're stuck watching and not playing, you gotta go play next time, right?
Mm-hmm. You do. You just do. And man, what a fun time. It's always fun commentating with you, Fufu, man. That was great. I hope your stomach's okay after all that laughing. I hope your stomach is good.
I'm okay. I took my Tums. The Tums are working. We are a-okay, but as always, Stormy, it's so fun being on the mic with you. This is the most unserious I think we've ever been, and we are never going to be allowed to cast on IPL ever again.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I think you're fine. I think my comment earlier is going to get me chopped. I think it's over. And honestly, I'm going to have to hold that. And I'm going to have to hold that. It's fine. It is fine.
Nah, bro. If you take Stormer, you're taking me with them. Not my god, bro. Not my god. Same Stormy.
I'm saying Story is crazy. I appreciate it.
Oh, bro just got fired.
I just got fired on the spot. Oh my goodness. With that being said, I think that is going to do it for us. And so, Fufu, where can the people find you?
You guys can find me at SplatFufu on both Blue Sky and Twitter. I will be returning to drawing very soon and hopefully competing by the beginning of next year. I will also be commentating CCA finals. I believe that is tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. So there'll be a little bit more of me on the mic. Stormy, it's always so good being on the mic with you. It's always a great time. Where can the people find you today?
The people, you can find me where I'm finally uploaded consistently on YouTube at Stormy Senpai. I got some great videos there. You don't want to miss that. You can find me on Twitch where I'm about to go live, like basically right now for the Elite X Challenge at Stormy Senpai 2. And you can find me on Blue Sky at Stormy Senpai, and my Twitter's at Stormy Spam. Thank you guys so much for watching the beginning, but don't go anywhere. We're not done yet. We got more incredible sets to you and another 2 lovely set of commentators that are probably better than me. All right, so.
Our commentators coming up are going to be Toma and Sap. Those guys are amazing. You guys are going to be in amazing hands. But as Stormy said, thank you guys for watching. The action is not gone yet, but we are headed out.
Hey! Oh my god! Guys, welcome back to SuperJump 7. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is for you. Thanks for joining us here on IPL. My name's Saf. Good to be here. Love being on IPL. And I'm with Toma. Toma, it's so nice to see your face. I haven't seen you since Riptide. Like, this is a treat. This is a big treat for me. This is just for me.
It's been so long. I was like making the super jump comms, and well, me and Grace were, and it was like, okay, we need people. I was like, I kind of want to commentate. I'm gonna put myself out there. And then I was like, who do I want to commentate with? I was like, it's got to be Saf. It's got to be Saf. And I was like, Saf. I think I sent like very like formal messages to the other commentators that were like, hi, we're really interested in you commentating Super Jump on this day, this time. And then Saf was like, yo, you want to commentate with me? Like. You wanna hit up Super Jump, Mike?
And of course, I had to say yes. I love being on Super Jump. I love getting to be in this seat, getting to watch some really fun matches. And the fact that Super Jump gets to happen more often is a treat, not only for us, but it's a treat for you all as well and the players. But Toma, looking in at our next set, we have Trigger Happy versus Bad Luck. We're going into Redemption now, folks. So you got to hang out with Fufu and Stormy earlier today, kind of pushing you through the pool stage, but now we get to finally jump into some redemption matches. And Toma, I think you were just saying it before, we only have 2 matches of redemption, right?
Yep, absolutely. Only 2 rounds of redemption. So, you know, every point, every play here matters for these teams as they want to fight their way trying to get to the alpha bracket here. The way that it works for everybody who is maybe unfamiliar with Super Jump's format, so these teams that missed the opportunity to go straight to Alpha, they have one more chance here in Redemption to redeem themselves. So in these rounds 1 and 2, the first round, whoever loses, they'll go to Beta. Second round, whoever wins goes to Alpha. Second place team goes to Beta. So you need to win both of your matches here in Redemption to make it back up to that Alpha bracket.
Yeah, and so on the other side pieces of the bracket, you have this ton. Oh my gosh, Toma, pushing me to read at this time of day. You're kidding. Distonked and Decemberlous 6-7, whoever that we saw earlier. I'm not feeding into the meme either. I'm with Stormy here. I'm not feeding into that. Ham Talk and Strikes Twice are playing it out. You have Carmel and Tidy Tidings, who Carmel you got to see a little bit earlier. And then you have Trigger Happy and Bad Luck, which is who we get to watch here now on IPL, which is so exciting. As we load into the first map here, I actually, from the overhead, I'm not sure what this is. Are we at Hagglefish? Yes. We're at Hagglefish.
Super excited to see them as both these teams are out here. I'm really interested to see actually the play from this mini alongside this Forge over on, or Pro, sorry, not the Forge, on the side of Trigger Happy. I think that's a really cool, interesting combination. Of course, you have staples like the S-Blast, Flash, Pencil as well, 52, all really solid common picks. But right now, we're kind of just scrapping it out in these opening moments, trying to make a statement on both sides. You take a few trades. No one really able to super establish themselves, but as you're saying, this Bad Luck does get a little bit of orange down, able to make a first attempt here at this checkpoint. The Booyah Bomb going to stall them out a little bit, Saf, but they really need to get up here to protect this tower.
Yeah, but Bad Luck doesn't need to push forward too far because Trigger Happy is kind of in the name, doing it for them. That's 2 members going down, trying to take in this court area, but Bad Luck is not letting them have any of it. Steez here has been really good at playing to their range, taking out DJ in a couple of shots there. You can see all the members of Trigger Happy trying to defend their ramp, but that's a Reef Slider going up there. Great opening by Sora, and hopefully they can make use of that, Toma.
Yeah, staying alive down there, now is going to be able to potentially flank in and cause a lot of chaos. The crab tank as well coming out here, Sap. Just a lot of pressure, nowhere really for the members of Trigger Happy to be able to stand super safely as this second checkpoint here being heavily assaulted. The Tower Rider does go down, going to stall that push out a little bit, allowing Trigger Happy to regain a little bit of control. You see the Dapple, or the Tetris, they're still trying to apply a little bit more pressure, but unfortunately going down. We're going to be resetting back into mid, a little bit of this neutral game again. But that was a really great first push from Bad Luck, Saf.
Yeah, but even better turnaround coming out from Trigger Happy right now. Already the court area is being taken by F. Most of Bad Luck is now back on the battlefield. They're looking to try to see if they can defend the ramp. Kind of a similar situation that we just got to witness with with Trigger Happy's base, but now it's Bad Luck taking the tower back into possession. That's 2 members down on the side of Trigger Happy. They're going to have a great follow-up here to make sure that they can maintain their space, but Bad Luck has been so quick to take territory back from getting wiped out.
They sure have, and with Styes having that cooler out too, it's going to be even faster play as they have, that kind of reset button if they do go down. The Crab Tank applying a lot of additional pressure, 2 down, and now look, you've got this 52 and you've got this wall out here in such a great area, able to apply a lot more pressure. You've got Sora over here on this right-hand side. They're making a second attempt here at this checkpoint too. Tower Rider goes down once again, 3 down. They're going to flush them out. Another good defense from Trigger Happy.
Yeah, Trigger Happy now on the back foot again, though, because Bad Luck can only get it down to the 35. We haven't even come close to breaking that second checkpoint just yet, even though the distance is so much less between the second and third checkpoint on Hagglefish Market here. But look at the breakthrough. The flank coming out from Bad Luck was going to be super helpful, but it looks like not really able to take too much value out of it as 3 members have now gone down. That is a soft wipe onto Bad Luck. Trigger Happy really needs to hold their offense strong here, Toma, if they want to try to beat this lead.
Yes, they absolutely do. Going to start here at this first checkpoint, but 2 down already, Saf. Looking like quite a dangerous situation. The bubble does come out to help with this first checkpoint, but I'm not sure it's going to last all the way through the first checkpoint. Breaks right there. Does allow them to get through, but we know how dangerous this second checkpoint is. It's going to be quite a scrap if they're going to be able to do it, and the Tower Rider is down at the moment, so they're not going to be able to continue this push forward just yet. You see that one of them, Fisk there, has dropped back to try to reestablish an anchor for the team in mid. We do get a few picks, but again, we're just going 2 down, taking trades. Neither team are really able to get, I think, what they really need to establish themselves, to either find a push on either side. So Fisk, though, I do like how they keep, they fall back at the right moments to get everybody back in, but then they don't hesitate to push right back up and gain some ground for their team, as we already see a lot of purple ink coming down. We see the Booyah Bomb, we see the Tenta missiles coming out as well. We have 1 down on the side of Bad Luck, looking for another. The Reef Slider comes out. We are approaching that 35 count mark, Sav. We may see a lead flip here if they're not able to get this stopped.
But I don't know, it looks like there's not a lot of hold on this elbow here, and with Jason being a little bit too forward, that's 2 members going down for Trigger Happy on that tower. All Bad Luck has to do is just keep 1 member on there entering the last 5 ticks of the game here, and it's only a 1-point difference, Toma, so Trigger Happy, unfortunately, losing that one to 1 point. Bad Luck going to be up in the set. But one thing I'd like to note here is that Bad Luck...
Let's Trigger Happy, actually. Trigger Happy did flip that lead on the tower.
Well, doggone it, I'll be darned. I didn't even see it happen. And you know what? I'll eat my words, because I was about to, try to critique something that I clearly don't even know nothing about. So
Yeah,
you know what? Yeah, just to pull me off. Get the cane. You'll see me get yanked off the side of the screen. That's my bad, Trigger Happy.
I think it was it Fisk, I think, that fell back at the right moment. Their Tower Rider had gone down. It kind of did look like the lead wasn't going to get flipped there for a second, but one of them that was on that right-hand side noticed the tower went down and fell back at just the right moment to just kind of dance, just for a few counts longer. We may see it here actually on this replay coming up. This Reef Slider, of course, is super scary. This is the pivotal 2 down. Oh, it's Jason, sorry, that was up here, right? The lead goes, the tower goes down, and Jason comes back around to help get that tower. That was crazy.
I was so distracted by the soft wipe of the team. I was unfamiliar with their game. Okay, I mean, I will take that in stride. We'll move on to Splatzone's Magomart. Trigger Happy, if they're able to flip lead in those crucial last few seconds of each game that they play, then that's going to be really tough for Bad Luck, because you need to be on it and focused the entire time if this is how this set is going to be played out. Because I didn't even notice it. I'm watching the same game y'all are, and I didn't even see it happen.
It's hard to say. I mean, they say all the time that Splatoon is a fast-paced game, and that's the truth, Saf. Those leads they flip in a blink of an eye, and you can blink, you miss it, and that's just what happens there, you know. And that's such a scary moment for both teams, right? You're diving on that tower, hoping that you can get it. Everybody else is throwing everything they have at it, hoping that they can try to just splat you right before that lead can shift. And sometimes that's just how the cards fold. But going into Splat Zone's Mako Mart from two teams that were that closely matched, Saf, I'm really interested to see how this map is going to be played out.
See, I disagree in the closely matched. I agree just based on the points, but what I wanted to say previously was that it seemed to me that Bad Luck was able to play it a little bit more patiently, because a lot of Trigger Happy would just be running out to the center of the stage like as quickly as they could, but then they would lose sight of the members of Bad Luck that were sitting in tow waiting for them to do that. So it was a really good read on Bad Luck's part, and I think Trigger Happy just happened to get really fortunate in their placement of where that tower was in that last match. And it's not to say that the skills also didn't help with that, but I was just noticing in gameplay throughout that last tower match that it just seemed like Trigger Happy was just gung-ho, ready to go. Let's get as many people out on the field as possible. Like, try to take kills, but if you keep dying, then, like, just try to get back out and do it again. And thank goodness for Cooler for that. But you know, again, Toma, I maybe Splat Zones is just a better mode here. Maybe that's kind of just the nail in the coffin. That's kind of what's working on this recipe, because Trigger Happy's had control of the zone for most of the time. Now, finally, with that first minute of the game down, Bad Luck is here to make a statement.
Yeah, that Reef Slider was able to come in and secure that zone for them, but I think that really what you're seeing here is that the Trigger Happy, they were able to get in there, they were able to confidently win their fights for so much of it, and that's why they held so long in that beginning. Of course, now we're starting to see that story flip on its head a little bit if F doesn't just come in here and wipe the rest of the team with that hammer. Really good plays there, but not quite able to reestablish the zone control, waiting for their teammates to get back in. Sword doing a great job picking that bucket up there, and now you kind of start to see where Trigger Happy is getting a little bit out of position and maybe needs to kind of wait to be able to go back in together as opposed to running into that zone, as we kind of just see a continuous stagger here. They do finally look like they may be able to break back out on this left staff. They do have that Booyah Bomb ready to go, but they need to find paint on the zone with it, and they're not quite able to do that yet. That hammer hopefully going to be their answer alongside these strikes as they're finally able to recap, but 2 down. It's not going to be able to be sustained, Saf.
Yeah, I really appreciate F using this mini splatling, because the stamp is just such a powerful tool these days, and mini splatling also just has so many great uses. So watching F really shine with this weapon has been really fun to witness during this matchup here. But Bad Luck still having a really firm foothold in the middle section here, and evenly spread out resources. I want to point that out too, because you had Lei here on that Crab Tank. It didn't really find full fruition, still able to find at least one pick outside of Crab Tank, but most of the members of Trigger Happy are either all caught up on that left-hand side, now finally being pushed to come down towards the middle, but there's still so many obstacles in the way before zone can really truly be captured, and we're entering the last few ticks here, Toma. But actually, finally, Trigger Happy, before that Booyah Bomb was even made landfall, is able to take the zone back.
Yes, they are. Now they really just need to make sure that they can stay in this kind of lockout position and win their fights if they're able to move up into it. Sty's making that hard, trying to keep them at range with that pencil and that Cooler online for that team. Fortunately, the Cooler going down right down in the freezer where they're going to have to drop for it. The Reef Slider comes in and does get that cap on the zone, but they do go down immediately, but not without taking 3 of them. That zone now flipping blue once again, as Bad Luck is now in a great position to maintain control.
Yeah, and I really think that Lei here has been such a key player in all of this, because they've had great coverage with the weapon that they're using, not just in terms of ink, but also they keep chipping people if they keep just kind of spraying out and about. But that's been really helpful for the folks of Bad Luck, because when that 52 in that Tetra, you also have a lot of quickness in order to get to the proper places and help with that damage control. Trigger Happy, though, coming into the forefront, taking the zone back in possession. We're about to enter the last minute of the game here. And it's looking to me like Bad Luck consistently has a troubling time getting out of the spawning area here. But not if you get 2 members down, and that's everybody up on Bad Luck. So easy take back for the blue team here.
Absolutely, and they also have the crab tank and that reef slider on. Well, I say right as the reef slider goes down, right? But they do still have this crab tank online, and that goes down too. A little bit of a commentator's curse, so sorry there. But there's few counts left on the zone. Now it's up to Trigger Happy to really try to get back in here. The strikes and the booyah do cap that zone in time and take down 2 as well, Sap. They're going to have one final stand here, but I think the big key, they're really going to have to make sure that reef slider doesn't come online. That's been the way that Bad Luck's been able to really easily get into this zone both times. And if that insta zone cap comes in on overtime, it's game over. That's their win condition right now, is to take out that reef slider.
Yeah, not having a quick cap is going to be crucial here for Trigger Happy. You can easily do that if 2 of the members are down, though. But now there it is, though. I was going to say the reef slider is going to be online here any second. And before I could even, like, the action happened before my words could. So that was a brief take by Bad Luck. So that is a 1-to-1 set, Toma.
Absolutely, that was really, really good. I really liked Bad Luck's persistence there. I think that they did a really good job when they had control of that zone, Saf, is that they would keep punishing. Anytime that they saw somebody from Trigger Happy drop alone, they were on that person as soon as possible. That's kind of what led to a lot of that continuous stagger on the side of Trigger Happy, which made it a little bit hard at times for them to reclaim that zone without the strikes and the booyah. So Bad Luck really kind of playing, I think like you said at the beginning of this match, that patient game, waiting, playing wisely, and I think that's ultimately what paid off for them here.
I don't want to discount, though, that mini stamp combo, because consistently you were seeing the stamp try to come in and cover zone, but also, like, F was really trying to get some good throws in there. You could see it. They were aiming, like, above the stacks to make sure they could try to get something with it. So you gotta appreciate the effort, especially with something so vertical like Mako Mart with so many different things and obstacles being in the way. So trying to utilize a stamp to its full fruition is kind of a tough spot to be in on a map like that. But I do really like what Trigger Happy was doing this time around. I think the tower control game was a little bit more predictable. Splat zones, not so much. That there was a lot more confidence here, and I think the gameplay was a lot better. The team play was a lot better. However, Bad Luck still came out in the end on top. And so moving into game 3, we have a guaranteed game 4 because of this. And Rainmaker is going to be our next location, or our next mode, not necessarily location, but the museum.
We're going
in fact, we're at the museum. I was like, hold on a second. I thought you were correcting me. I was like, no. I see those spinners.
Yeah, they are. We're gonna. We get our admission tickets. Gonna learn some facts here in the museum today. I'm really interested though, Saf, on this map in particular. I think in general we know about how what's the snowball-y that Rainmaker can get. That's what we're gonna use here. When you get in control of that fish, you can run it really, really far, especially if you get that kind of good wipe. And then you can kind of play the stall game if you've got it in a really good position, especially, we know the spot, right? We know the spot on this map. So I'm going to be interested to see how that plays out, especially right now. You've already got a really early lead from Bad Luck as they break that checkpoint. What was that? 45 seconds into this match?
Yeah, it was a pretty quick checkpoint break from Steins, and trying to break it, especially before the missiles made touchdown here. But let's just talk about Sora for a second, because that's 3 members down on Trigger Happy. But Bad Luck, as the name implies, jumping into a bomb, holding the fish with 3 members down. Unfortunate use of time. Not even their fault. Just bad timing. Just bad luck, if you will. Just bad luck, if you will.
I see what you did there, Saf. But right now, again, it looks like Trigger Happy is just kind of struggling here to deal with all the pressure coming out from Bad Luck, especially with this crab tank online now. Finding another great pick on there to F, finding another one too there, and now you're kind of grouped up in the corner in a really difficult position to be in. Saf, this is a really good opportunity if they can get this Rainmaker pop, but I think it's happening just a little bit too slow. And we're maybe starting to see Trigger Happy start to stabilize a little bit out here in mid, and maybe even trade some people out as they start to make a push of their own. Now you've got Bad Luck pushed back up on their plat. These Rainmaker shots coming out, trying to cause some chaos. A drop from behind does pick that Rainmaker off, and is going to slow down Trigger Happy's push for the meantime.
Yeah, it's been really tough to wall out the Gal player considering they have a wall of their own. But consistently, I've been seeing the Gal player kind of sneak through some hard-to-reach places and ultimately contributing largely to the topple of Trigger Happy's offense. But here, bad luck being on the offense finally. No more jumping into bombs now, Toma. We got work to do here. Now finally reaching a new distance of 33. The missiles are going to cut that short, though, with 3 members going down. It's just the Gal player up. Maybe looking for a safe jump here, though, but finally the members of Trigger Happy collapse in, and that jump is not going to be safe at all. You do take one down with you, though, so I'll give you that. But Trigger Happy is next up to make a response.
You know, it's kind of style points. Like, you're gonna jump in, you may get splatted, but if you take one with you, like, it's the aura, right? You get some bonus points for that. And honestly, you probably don't even mind it when you're in the lead right now by this much, and there's still a checkpoint to break on the other side. So, for what it's worth, I still don't think the worst play ever. Right now, as this fight goes on in mid, it looks like Bad Luck is once again trying to cement themselves here, forcing Jason back here into this corner, going to be picking them up now all on this corner, able to pick up that Rainmaker and start to push 3 down, Saf. Bad Luck, time and time again so far this match, has really been able to just have this commanding presence on the side of Trigger Happy's base and really just apply a lot of pressure and allow their Rainmaker to kind of swim uncontested until it gets into those really scary portions near that pedestal.
Yeah, they've been chipping away at their lead pretty slowly here, now down to the 28 mark, as you can see. But the Rainmaker doesn't get very far from where they initially tried to set their new benchmark. So down to the 28, right? But it's just below that platform there. So it'll be super, if they're able to open it up again, which they already have a couple of times, it'll be super beneficial for them to try to get it back up again. But I think, how is one to do that when Trigger Happy has been dividing their resources so well? But look at this! There's no eyes on the Gal player. Everybody was pushed up there for a moment, Toma. Trigger Happy has to be so careful. I mean, it literally all eyes everywhere, including the back of your head.
I love little sneaky plays like that. And you know, it's when you're in the lead right now and you got 30 seconds left on this timer, just being able to stall little plays like that too is so valuable to just kill time off that clock. And even so, right now, Bad Luck still maintains control over Trigger Happy's spinner area. With 20 seconds left in this game, it's really on Trigger Happy to be able to break back out here, get this Rainmaker down, and claim a lot of space. But that Reef Slider going to make it difficult to go down. This is going to be their opportunity to pop, pick it up, and make a push of their own. But they have so much ground they have to cover, and they don't know that this 52 gal is behind them, just waiting to pop out and get a kill. It looks like maybe F has realized it, but they are going to just run straight at that Rainmaker. Don't get it, but that stalls off potential time from that push, making it even harder for them to get forward and claim space.
Yeah, and I really liked Sora over on the right-hand side there was opting to shark and not push forward too much. Fisk is very much called out alone and by themselves. Their teammates have pushed up without them, it seems, and they've been really worried to go any further. Now they have to wait even longer for teammates to come back in. Toma, this is just not looking super good for Trigger Happy, but Bad Luck is playing the long game here, which is exactly what you want to be doing. The Reef Slider's not going to find value, but is going to pursue Fisk in the chase here and ultimately allow much more ink to make its presence over there for Bad Luck. So that is Trigger Happy getting shut down, and Bad Luck is taking us into a game number 4.
Yeah, wow. I really admire at the end there Bad Luck's ability to just apply continuous pressure and force the members of Trigger Happy there further and further back. You saw them pick up that Rainmaker, and by the time they lost it, I think there was 15 counts left on that Rainmaker,
Something
approximately,
like that.
give or take, and they were still in their own spinner. Because every time they saw, like, maybe I can move forward now, maybe I can move forward now, somebody from Bad Luck was like, nope, not right now, you're going to have to back up again if you want to live. And that ability to kind of just apply continuous pressure, especially in an overtime situation, is just so, so valuable.
Well, it makes you wonder, too, kind of where the breakdown might have happened, right? Because you could tell that Trigger Happy was ready to go in that overtime push. They probably communicated, all right, like, we got to play this slow, we got to play intentional in order to really make any headway here. And Fisk, like, really played that out for a while.
Oh, they were dodging way better than I
Yeah,
can.
they played that out for quite some time. But I wonder, though, if Trigger Happy, again, just in the name, got a little too ahead of themselves in trying to jump down into the midsection to open something up, because it seems to me that Bad Luck tends to be more graceful in pushing people into 1v1s a little bit.
Absolutely. I think what you kind of saw there is I think that their 52 gal player did a really good job of kind of stalling the time at the beginning of that overtime push, getting everybody to look at them, which allowed the rest of Bad Luck to kind of get into a good position so that when Trigger Happy was like, okay, we got the 52 gal, let's run forward now because we need to go forward. They maybe weren't expecting people to shark on the sides or be prepared to just apply pressure to that Rainmaker as soon as they dropped, and all of a sudden weren't on that high ground position to be able to defend anymore.
Right. And I think, too, with something like Scorch Gorge and having the map be a little bit more spread out, a lot of the pieces of the map are much larger. Taking fights and team fighting is really interesting here, just because you have different verticalities, you have different ramps and physics that you have to think about, and objects in the way. And virtually no changes in terms of composition, really, too much between everybody, except Trigger Happy. You have F switching off of that mini splatling, and we're going to be going to the heavy splatling. So appreciate a splatling user through and through. This is going to be their cooler weapon of choice, and the pencil still is going to be sitting strong with Steez. And I really want to point out that Steez has been playing to their range just perfectly as a pencil player. They really have done a good job of not overextending themselves. They've been really playing at maximum possible range that they can, but still providing so much support for their teammates. And that's exactly what you want to see when you're a pencil player. And shout out to Sora for a really, once again, another good reef slider to open it up. But Bad Luck, to me, is looking like to be the first ones to really cause some damage here.
Yep, and now we've got the jump in from the pencil player coming in to dunk that first tower clam, and they're already going back looking for more clams to be able to add into this score. Coming back in, they've got 3, 4 right now. Will they be able to add it before that basket closes? Looks like they are able to keep it open just in time, adding a few more, bringing that score down to 68, maybe able to add a few more as you continue to see 2 go down on the side of Trigger Happy. They're able to stall this out a little bit longer, but unfortunately this time not quite able to make it back in time, maybe going for a little bit too many clams. But Sap, look, still 3 down on the side of Trigger Happy. Bad Luck still has a lot of control here to be able to make a push again, especially with this jump coming in with the power clam.
Yeah, and having a higher jump as well. Although getting called out pretty much immediately, you had to just rely on the power clam for making the statement for you. Sora, once again, being the ultimate sharker on the side of Bad Luck, and they're still there. And they're still there because Jason doesn't want to try to jump down into the alligator's mouth. I mean, why would you? But at least you have a blaster on your side, because that AoE is going to be the finishing blow for the sharking tactic from Sora. But that Trigger Happy is looking to try to take some from the playbook of Bad Luck and pushing forward here. However, with Lei having that crab tank online, that's going to be causing some hesitation in order to move forward for Trigger Happy.
Yes, and now they have another power clam ready to go, though. Here, they're trying to push up the ramp with that Tetra release, but unfortunately going 2 down now. Going to be forced to back up. There goes 3. Just the last player here in this corner, getting that jump out to reset the defense with their team. Trigger Happy now gearing up to potentially make a push of their own, but they need to get the clams together. They need to get forward and take this space. It's going to be really difficult with this 52 here, applying so much pressure, dipping and diving around this pillow area. Able to pick out 1 on that power clam. Now 3 down. That was a really clean defense, Saf.
Yeah, clean defense indeed, because now Bad Luck is going to be pushing into the basket area so quickly of Trigger Happy, and having the crab tank online too, I mean, good golly, what is Trigger Happy to do? But finally with that crab tank going down, that's a huge barrier being removed. Look at this, Toma. Oh my gosh, like a bunch of ants to a piece of food. They're already out in the center area. That's Sora going down, so your aggressor on Bad Luck has been down. You have to kind of play together, and you can see the other two members of Bad Luck were playing together over on that left-hand side of the map here. But still no headway made from the side of Trigger Happy. Could this be the answer? That power clam, though, almost falling off of the edge, but it is going to allow Trigger Happy to get 2 clams in, potentially make it 3. Oh, let's go. FN a lead. Wow. Okay. I see you, Trigger Happy.
We see you. That was a great play, and I mean, that's really, like, I think kind of fitting with their name, right? They saw the one moment. They didn't have as long of an extended push like Bad Luck had, but as soon as they did have that opportunity, they went absolutely full throttle, just hit the gas and was able to get that score in.
Yeah, and I like to see that Bad Luck is still really adamant on the response here. Sora's going to zoom in with that Reef Slider. Huge opening for Bad Luck to get, well, not 1 power clam, but 2 in the basket, and a very immediate reverse of the lead, and just a handful left in order to end the game here. And still 2 members of Trigger Happy make it 3 going down. This is just not looking good at all, Toma. Bad Luck is going to be your successor in this first redemption match.
Yeah, huge win for them there, but I mean, still a really good effort there from Trigger Happy. I'm sure that they have a great beta run going their way tomorrow. 2 really, really impressive teams. Bad Luck, they're going to be fighting it out one more time in that next round to try to go to Alpha, and, you know, hopefully they'll have some good luck there.
I mean, one would hope, right? And then at that point, do we change our team name? Do we change our roster? Is that because that just seems like the normal way of things in these storylines?
Maybe the Bad Luck's for their opponents. Maybe that's why it's their team name. Right?
Not so much in this match, unfortunately, but maybe matches to come and potentially in or no,
It was.
No, it was. You're right.
Opponents. Yeah.
What would I do without you? Sometimes
now.
I think my head would probably be gone somewhere else if it was not attached to me, and I think about that all the time.
Because we're getting so old now, Saf. We're getting up there.
I know. I feel like I need my glasses to keep up with everyone.
I feel that too. It's been so. I mean, has it been since Riptide for you? Since you've been on mic too?
No, it has not been since.
Okay, it's been Riptide since for me. So that's why we're struggling here today, but we're making it through. Look at this, the replay. This was such a beautiful moment from Trigger Happy, and like I said, I think that was such a good push fitting of their team name, right? I think that was an awesome moment, but. Bad Luck, man. The continuous pressure they had, the way that they were able to just hold space was just so impressive.
Yeah, and you have teammates that knew when the opportune time was to work together, and that is calling out earlier to a play where Sora got taken down and there were 2 other members of Bad Luck in mid, and they immediately played together. They immediately grouped up and started moving through the center map together as soon as Sora was taken down. And that just goes to show, like, if you can immediately respond to whatever pieces of the chessboard have been taken out, I mean, you're going to be going places. Like, if you can read that, if you can have that type of risk assessment and read the danger in something like that, and especially with split-second decision making, like, things are going to be looking up and doing well for Bad Luck. So that was really incredible gameplay to get to watch. But Trigger Happy also just had really magnificent plays. And I mean, case in point, that Clam Blitz game, having 3 power clams back to back to back. I mean, the economy has to be very much on your side in order to land something like that. So not all this to say that sometimes you can have really, really good luck, if you will, for a play like that to happen. But in this case, Bad Luck is going to be moving on in the redemption round. Also in the bracket, if we can jet on over to the bracket side of things. So Bad Luck moving forward, having 1 more redemption round to be played. Trigger Happy's getting knocked down into the beta side of things.
It looks like right now, Bad Luck's going to be facing off against Life Expectancy 25.
Okay.
Our other two round 2 matches going on right now. There is City Trial. I can't see the full name. It says
City Trial Warriors?
WN
Oh,
Warriors. Okay, versus the Dystonic. I can't pronounce that name.
yeah.
This is
See,
this
see.
thing.
It's sometimes it's hard. Reading is
Yeah.
hard sometimes.
Also in round 2 going on right now is the Cafeteria versus Carmel and Blanks versus Thank You. A few teams waiting over on round 2 are Ants, Duck Motif, and what is it? Knights. Yeah. See, some of these names are cut off. I'm like, I don't know how to say some of these names. And so we're still just waiting on a few extra matches to wrap up. It looks like we have highlighted our next round, which is going to be Knights of our POOKIE there versus the winner of match D, which right now is 2-2 between Strikes Twice and Saf, I don't know how to say this name.
Hammed Hocked Bean 2-0 Gore.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm calling them Ham if they win. That's what we're going with if they win.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, so these teams really just kind of fighting it out right now, trying their best to stay alive here in this redemption bracket. Very excited to see. I mean, I think it's going to be very cool that whoever goes into the Knights against our POOKIE, they're going to be coming off of a game 5 set, right? So whoever they are, they're going to have just had their nerves shaken to the core from that match.
Who is Pookie Bear and why do they have so many knights? Is what I want to know.
I don't know who POOKIE. Okay. Oh, so this is the Captain Happy team. So this is Captain Happy, Fishy, Nightmare. Oops, I clicked one of their names and it took me away from their team. I'm a professional gamer here. Hold on.
Are these real No, hold on. I was gonna say, are these people real?
Nightmare, Jex, and Loser Sarah. These are real people. Like I can tell you,
Well,
Captain
yes,
Happy
they're real
is
people.
a...
Yes. Yes, they're real people. I know they're real people. I'm wondering if if they were real teams or if these are just pickups that we are talking
these are
about.
pickups. These are, well, at least I'm pretty sure Nice
Okay.
Bar Pookie Bear is a pickup because I feel like does Captain Happy have like a solidified team? I know that they're always playing in SOS with some group of people randomly at all times. It kind of feels like. But
Captain Happy and Fishy play together quite a bit.
They do. Okay, we're doing our live Sendo dotting research.
Yeah, we're researching.
Right now. Come on, how do I find them? I'm Captain Happy didn't give me anything. Happy ain't giving me anything. We'll look up Fishy.
Yeah, look them up. We're doing live research. This is what it's like in college, by the way, when you research things with people.
Okay, well, Fishy doesn't have an established team set on their Sendo dotting right now. So I can say that much at least.
I want to know wait, what was it? Hamped Hawk Bean 2-0 Gore.
Yeah, who are these? Who are
I'm gonna copy paste that into Sendo right now. Who is that?
I'm gonna be very surprised if something comes up.
The thing people need to understand is that I'm a lifelong learner, and sometimes lifelong learning means punching team names into Sendo.
Well, I have bad news for Hamp Talk to Bean 2-0 Gore, and that is that they lost. Strikes Twice is who we're seeing.
Bad news! Wah,
wah. Wah, wah. We are in fact seeing Strikes Twice, which is gonna be Illusion, Sneaky, Brambles, TK, and Crater.
Okay, Strikes Twice. Now that sounds like a cool name.
That sounds like a name I can pronounce mid-Splatoon match.
Wait, what did you say? Brambles, Sneaky...
Already clicked off it. It was,
Oh.
Illusion, Sneaky, Brambles, TK, and Crater. That is the roster of Strikes Twice.
Right on. Okay. Strikes Twice. We're excited to have you on the main stage. I'm so sorry, Hawk to Bean 2-0 Gore. I'm sorry. We will be seeing you maybe at a different time.
Maybe at a different time. In beta bracket, that's where we'll see them. So maybe go follow them. If they're your favorite team here all of today, if that's like, you're like, I want them to win, go cheer them on in beta bracket. They'll be there tomorrow.
And so will you, if you want to cheer them on in beta bracket tomorrow.
True. Tune in to beta. Well, don't tune into. We won't be streaming beta bracket. We'll be streaming alpha bracket. But you know, cheer them on in their Twitch chat if they stream. If not, just send vibes out into the universe. Maybe they'll catch them. Maybe they won't. Not responsible for delivery of the vibes.
I might catch a vibe. I might catch a vibe. You might catch me catching a vibe. I might strike twice to catch a vibe. Is Knights of our Pookie Bear a euphemism for Five Nights at Freddy's?
I hope so. I hope it is. I think that would make the team name even more epic, right? If we're out here fighting for Freddy Fazbear, like right?
Well, in case you were wondering, the FNAF 2 movie does come out this weekend.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
It does. It is out this weekend. I don't think we have what's his face? Josh Hutcherson was in that movie. I think Josh Hutcherson is still in it. Matthew Lillard was in that movie. Love Matthew Lillard. And also Megan Fox is gonna be in the second movie. Who is she playing? Not sure. But Five Nights at Freddy's 2 in theaters this weekend, if that interests you. Just so you know.
I'm going to look now. Now you have me like now I'm super interested. Yeah, Josh Hutcherson is there. Wow. This is an all-star cast right here.
It's pretty good, right? Like it's not bad.
They kind of got a stacked lineup, I'm not gonna lie.
I know, it's pretty wild. But also, another thing to add to this is if you are a Knives Out fan, I'm just gonna start plugging movies till our next set starts. the newest Knives Out movie, which is what's it called? Wake Up, I think it's Wake Up Dead Man. Yeah, Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. That is also out this weekend. And if you're wondering about my plans later, that is what I'm going to be doing later, is going to see this movie. So
I need to see another movie. I haven't been to theaters in forever, except for I finally just broke that streak to see Wicked, because I was like, well, I have to see Wicked, right? Like legally required to. So
perfect.
I heard that. Now I have to do the FNAF. I'll have to convince my husband to go watch the FNAF movie. I don't know how.
Bring Sprigatito with you. It'll be scary.
True. Yeah, we need our brave cat somewhere back there. There's the big Sprigatito. Probably not bringing that one. That one's a little bit too big.
You could sneak him in. Actually, you might have to buy him a ticket.
I might have to buy him a ticket. I can. Oh my gosh! I buy out the theater for all of my plushies, and I give them each a seat.
That's a lot of seats.
That's what I do.
And some of them will want to be reclined.
Oh yeah, I know if I'm going to the movie, I'm reclining them. So just
if I'm at the movie, I'm reclining. Yeah.
Yeah. Literally. I'm so glad that I'm with people who understand me.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get what you're going for. Okay, so listen, Strikes Twice is a Division 3 to 4 team. I don't think they've been playing together long. I think that's kind of a recent thing. I'm noticing, Toma, that we have a lot of international participation here today on SuperJump, which is something I appreciate about SuperJump so much, is international participation. So I believe you have a little mix of like Germany and France on Strikes Twice, which is fun. And then Knights Our Pookie Bear. It's not Knights of our Pookie Bear. It's Knights our Pookie Bear.
Oh.
There's no of. There's no of.
Oh, there's no of. I see.
Is this like Fruit of the Loom? Is this like the cornucopia thing? Was there an of? It's the Mandela effect. That's what it's called. Is this the Mandela effect?
I think it is. Either that or we're just both losing our minds, which is also quite probably possible.
Knights our Pookie Bear. There is no of. Don't say it that way. It's like when people call Pike Place Pike's Place Market. There's no S.
I think that makes it even more likely to be a Five Nights at Freddy's reference, right? It's just gotta be at this point.
Maybe, but it's not Five Nights Freddy's. It's,
sure
you know, like there. No, it's sure.
Sure it is. If you want it to be.
Depends who you ask.
Depends on who you ask. I think the quickest. Okay, I'm opening their match chat. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask them. Is your team a Five Nights at Freddy reference? And I'll keep stream updated with
Yeah,
their
keep us
answer.
updated what their answer is, because it's really important for us to know.
I just gotta re-pull back up the bracket. I lost where it was, and now I'm getting confused navigating the page.
Strikes Twice makes me think of a Charlie XCX song called Don't Think Twice. Or no, it's called Twice, but it's like, don't think twice, don't think twice. It's really catchy. I'm thinking about that with Strikes Twice. Toma, what are our maps? What's our maps for this?
What is our maps? Let's ask Inky. Inky, yes!
Yeah, thank
Inky,
you.
my goat!
Thank
Splat
you, Inky.
Zones. Splat Zones, Robo Ramen first. I love that. Obviously, classic Scorch Gorge, Rainmaker, Clamblitz, Inkblot, Tower Control, Ship Shape, and then Splat Zones, Mako. So, I mean, pretty standard lineup across the board, right? But I'm eyeing Splat Zones Robo.
Robman.
I am pretty hungry. I could go for a big bowl of ramen right now, Saf.
Oh, you caught me mid-yawn. I'm so sorry. I could also eat a bowl of ramen because that sounds fantastic. I am just grateful that we didn't have to go to Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy in the last set. I'm glad that we could if we really want to talk about skipping the meme, I'm really glad that that's the meme that got skipped. So opening on Splat Zone's Robo Ramen, this is going to be really fun. This is also a good one to open on. I mean, most, I think, maps and modes really set the tone for how the rest of it's going to go. But I feel that Robo Ramen lands in one of our more, like, balanced maps for Splat Zones, if that makes sense. It also is very reminiscent of some previous maps that we've had in past installations of the game. So I feel like this one consistently has been an opener for a lot of different tournaments, and I think for that reason, it really sets the tone for the rest of the match.
Okay, breaking news. It is not a Five Nights at Freddy's reference. So
Dang
Captain
it!
Happy has said, this might be the most tragic day that I've ever experienced.
What does it mean?
I don't know. What does the name mean?
I mean, we could speculate. That's the thing. You also have to discern, like, if when it's okay to just speculate a bunch, or if you'd rather speculate a bunch, or do you just go straight to the source and get the answer? Because, I'm a speculator.
I'm a source person.
That's perfect.
Nightmare is our Pookie Bear. That's what it means.
Nightmares are Pookie Bear?
Nightmares are Pookie Bear. But isn't Nightmare... Am I, like, crazy? Nightmare... Who's Nightmare? Oh, Nightmare's a player on their team? Question mark. A birdie in my ear. Yes, Nightmare's one of their players.
Oh my god!
Oh, it was right there the whole time.
That's Pookie.
That's Pookie. Okay. I get it. Wow. There's lore behind this.
Yeah, I'm glad that we uncovered this for everyone to know. That's Pookie over there.
Okay. Now make sure whenever we're commentating, if you ever see Nightmare make a crazy play, refer to Nightmare as Pookie.
Yeah, don't write that in your notes, future commentators. That's who we're talking about. Just like when we were watching FT Win and Biscuit usually always has a different name, and you have to kind of play guess what their new name is.
Yeah, he's just a big cuddly bear, says Captain Happy. I think that's pretty awesome. I think that's awesome that Nightmare is a big cuddly bear.
I know. Thank you for inquiring and finding that out. That's real journalism.
Yeah,
as the interwebs say, that's real journalism. Going straight to the source.
Getting the real answers that the people want to know.
And I'm grateful for it because I wouldn't have done that myself, but I know someone would have, and I happen to just be sitting on microphone with them right now. I love live journalism.
Remember, when you need news, come to me. I'm trustworthy. I am your source, probably. Unless I don't know, then don't come to me. The chances are I probably actually don't know the answer to your question. Unless it's an IPL tournament, then I probably do. So that's your frame of reference.
Got it. Okay. Toma, can you break down what plushies you have behind you? Because I truly think that the people are curious. No one's asking
I have
it, though.
many. I have little Ika from Honkai Star Rail. I have a giant Sprigatito. Big Man is buried back there. The big man from the, oh gosh, what's the team that has the booth? The booth at Riptide and LTC.
Remix. Remix.
Yes, Remix. The Remix booth have Big Man. There's a giant Belly Bolt. There's like 200 million Pokemon. Like the ones I can see right now, I can name. There's a Puzzle. There's a Minun. There's a Mightyena. There's a Wooloo. There's a Bulbasaur, Reshiram, and Zekrom. There's multiple Umbreons and Espeons, and there's a shiny one of Umbreon and Espeon somewhere as well. There's an Esper. There's a Mega Charizard X. There's like 2 Piplups. There's a Lapras. It's a Sleep. I have a lot.
Do you have a Snom bag? Is that a Snom bag on your wall?
No. This is I have a little bag right here that is an Adventurine bird from Honkai Star Rail. He's super cute and adorable.
I thought that Snom was on the back, so that's my bad.
No, that's my HSR stuff. A little Scaramouche kitty from HSR. A little Farina. A little Toma. This one's hold on. I'm gonna take it off of here. Hold on, because it's not quite on the camera. Look, it's a little Toma. That's who I'm named after. Look at him.
And a Corgi? I know someone named Corgi.
This is actually it's a Shiba Inu from the game. His name is Tarumaru.
Okay. I need to be taken out back. Like, I'm not doing good today. I'm like 0 for 3 on things.
Yeah, I have so many things here. This is probably the best one. Hold on, this is the best sticker I have on this board. Look at this. Hey, you might notice some people on here.
Yeah,
some people
I have that too!
Wow, look at it. Oh my gosh, Twitter. Wow.
I have that readily available too!
Right here. I have there's so many things on my desk too. Like I have so many little cat cakes from HSR. I have a Robin, a little Robin brick. Love Robin. There's a Slowpoke here. I have Soda. Woo, Soda.
Trinkets. This is a nice place for my trinkets.
It's a Lapras. Yeah, I've got so many things. Like my desk. I'll post a desk picture later. I have so many things all over. I had a new keyboard too.
Did you see that the newest Happy Meal toys are like Pokemon that come in Pokeballs and you like unfold them?
Oh, that's
They're
awesome.
plastic, but they're like toys. Yeah.
I need that.
I feel like there's an upgrade to a Happy Meal toy every single, like at least with like Pokemon or things that we really care about. There's always like an upgrade when it comes back. And I feel like this is like the magnum opus of Pokemon, McDonald's Pokemon toys. But folks, I think we're gonna take a brief break. We're gonna take a little bit of a break, and we'll come back. We have some folks trying to still get in the room and figure some things out on the back end. So we'll take a break for us, and that means a little bit of a break for you. But don't go far, because Knights of our Pookie Bear, we have to be cheering on Nightmare over here versus Strikes Trice. Oh,
never mind.
Guess what? I lied. You're sitting down and you're watching this match because everybody is already in the room. So sorry about that to you. That sucks. You drink it right now. Have a sip right here. This would be the better place to actually take your break, is while we're going to get started into this match. So, okay. So
what a chaotic past 10 minutes it's been, huh?
What, talking about plushies? Researching about Pookie Bear.
I forgot the most obvious one. I have my Bubbles Chimera plushie on my head, and I didn't even say anything about him. Bubbles has just been chilling here the whole time. The MVP.
I like their sunglasses.
They're so cute, right? Hold on. Their feet wrap around. That's how they're able to stay on the mic, because their little feet
they look
wrap
broken.
around it.
Oh,
That's
I see.
how it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to be the advertisement has it wrapped around your arm, it's supposed to see, it holds on, right? It's so cute.
We're all just holding on a little bit. So do you like having it on your headphones, or is that something that is that an accessory? Would you want that to be an accessory?
I kind of like it on my headphones. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, we were talking about it earlier. I also got the little Sprigatito that like wraps around things that I'm gonna put up there, but it's like it's not here yet. It's gotta arrive from good old Pokemon.
Got it. I also want to do a beverage reveal. Toma, I don't know if you're a sparkling water connoisseur, but I'll do it like an influencer, okay? I've been really into the strawberry nectarine Waterloo. Here it is.
Fantastic. I'm drinking water, unless I'm also drinking strawberry limeade. So
Strawberry limeade from Sonic.
yeah, the good old I love limeades. So shout out to Cherry Limeade, my beloved and deceased Splatoon team.
The #1 limeade out there. In our hearts.
True. I am drinking the #2 limeade. Strawberry just sounded particularly good today.
Okay. Here we are, Robo Ramen, get your drink and chicken food vouchers. We're gonna sit down and have lunch this afternoon with Knights of our Pookie Bear. Oh, see, I added the of just because. Knights are Pookie Bear and Strikes Twice. We're in Redemption Round 2. Toma, Knights are Pookie Bear having the opening.
Yeah, that Reef Slider coming in as well, Saf. You got that zone gonna flip, and now you've got the Stamper player, TK, here, trying to fight it out. Has that Zipcaster trying to stay alive, does get a pick. 2 down now on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear, and they're able to just, gosh, wow, really kind of stay alive there for a minute, and now 3 down on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear. Strikes Twice is going to be able to get here and take the zone, start moving forward. Sneaky trying to apply some pressure there, has to fall off to stay alive while the rest of their team respawns. They do have Cooler notably as well, and they are just in a great power position at the moment, making it really hard for Knights R Pookie Bear to find their space to get back in. That Reef Slider pops out, but it doesn't quite connect to the zone. It looks like they are able to get the cap, but are struggling really to kind of find their ground until they are able to get those few additional picks to really be able to move through the middle of the map.
So sometimes I think about the concept of uniqueness, and I really want that to apply to the comp of Knights R Pookie Bear is running with. Because the only shooter they have is, in fact, an arrow spray. Tons of ink to be put down for sure, and great utilization of that Zipcast, or the Reef Slider, excuse me, not a Zipcaster whatsoever. But already you can see that Strikes Twice is truly struggling to get out of their spawning area right now, because Knights R Pookie Bear has so much range that they can play with, and especially with Happy on that pencil, and then you have the Explosher as well. Sneaky getting 3 members down in one go. I didn't even see what happened on the left side, Toma. We were only looking forward at the 1 pick.
Yeah, and you see there, Sneaky, they striked thrice, actually, getting that triple there, but unfortunately not going to be enough, as Knights R Pookie Bear now has control of this zone once again. Fishy, again, on this arrow spray, just laying down so much paint that it's really hard to get back out there into that zone. The Expo trying to move up with that deadly splashdown, but unfortunately being found and caught out there. But Captain Happy, Captain Happy's always been such a great pen player, just keeping the rest of that team at bay, making it as hard as possible for them to get in. 2 down on both sides now. Knights R Pookie Bear just trying to stall out these last 15 counts, but the Reef Slider are going to make that a little bit difficult. It actually looks like it may have overshot there and not going to be able to find as much value as it wants to on the zone, but they do find that cap. Going to be applying 53 penalty there, being able to stay alive for a little bit longer here in this game.
Yeah, and I think that this Cooler coming out for Strikes Twice has been an interesting timing for them, because all of the members of Strikes Twice scooted back to go and get that Cooler, but it allowed all the more space for Knights R Pookie Bear to push forward here. So a very delayed takeover by Strikes Twice, but Knights R Pookie Bear once again pushing Strikes Twice back into their spawning area. And shout out to that ceiling sprinkler, because that is going to be doing so much work here, even for just a little bit of chip that makes it onto the zone from Strikes Twice. You really have to put in a lot of effort to look up and get that down from the ceiling, and you need the range and space to do it, but that is not going to be the case here for Strikes Twice. Knights R Pookie Bear are taking us to game 2.
Yes, they are. I'm super excited there. That was such a really interesting game 1, Saf. It wasn't really the comp I was expecting to come out, but it worked out for them so well. They were able to apply so much paint in that zone with that arrow spray, and then you would think that like an arrow spray would be easy to kind of like rush down and kill, since it's a little bit of a weaker main weapon. But when you kind of pair it with that really powerful backline like that pencil, it's just really hard to get in and to be able to approach and threaten the people that are really holding down that space, right, Saf? So it's a really, really interesting combination, I think.
I like that we consider Captain Happy on the pencil to be the back line and that the Dynamo was like the mid line. Because all the time Captain Happy was kind of bringing up the rear for everybody on the side of Knights or Pookie Bear. And then I believe it was Sarah on the Dynamo was kind of being the mid-line skirmisher with a Dynamo, which is really fun for me to see just because my near and dear friend Elusive Echo does that a lot and tends to play frontline with a Dynamo. And so it's really entertaining. It's really entertaining to get to watch that type of skill set be used for a weapon that tends to be a lot slower. But you still make it work to your advantage, so that is always a good time. Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge, though, moving on into this matchup here. Strikes twice. Toma, what are some adjustments that maybe need to be made for the folks of Strikes Twice if we want to try to find success here on Scorch Gorge?
Definitely, I feel like the utilization of their specials is going to be really important to kind of break the hold that Knights R Pookie Bear is holding. I noted kind of like at the end of that game where they had like a little bit of a reef slider. It went a little bit too far. It didn't quite have the impact that I think that they were maybe looking for. So I think that they need to utilize them just a little bit more wisely in the certain areas to be able to kind of pressure out people when they need to get some really key splats, especially on a mode that moves so fast like Rainmaker. Because this is kind of one of those maps I say it either is a stall fest at the first checkpoint where you can like never break it, right? And you have like the lowest scoring game on Earth, or it's a straight run up the ramp and whoever can go up the furthest wins, as it is just absolute chaos in the base. It's one of those two. It's neither, anywhere in between. But either way, you're going to really need to be able to clear out the opponent if you want to be able to overcome either one of those situations. So really looking at those special utilization, hopefully just kind of finding a difference for them here in this match.
Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna assume here that potentially we might see a different pick from actually I don't think Brambles is playing today, so never mind. I was gonna say I'm wondering if we're gonna see Brambles pick up that junior, because I think Rainmaker here with the junior would be really great. But yeah, you have Fishy on the Wellstring. Captain Happy's going to be switching to the Sploosh-O-Matic. I'd like to comment on uniqueness again.
The DC. I was like, I thought Captain Happy fell off the map somehow. I was like, what happened? Like, because I saw them.
Yeah,
just,
I did too. Yeah. I thought that was a map fall off. That was not a disconnect, but that's okay. We can reset it. We can start again from the beginning. Toma, to me, it would seem to me that Pookie Bear here is just trying to have a good time and have some fun.
Yeah, Pookie, actually, specifically, I think if you look at the chat, Pookie has specifically requested not to hype up Happy. So we need to start hyping up Pookie instead, right?
I'm sorry, this team is in fact about Pookie Bear, and I forgot.
Pookie. We are focusing on the wrong person. All the praise needs to go to Pookie.
Yeah, okay. You're right. We need to be better about talking about Pookie and not talking about Captain Happy. We gotta be more vigilant in our words.
More vigilant. Yes. I'm glad that you understand the vision here, Saf, as we go back here into this game. We're going to be cheering for the right person on the side of Pookie's team here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful Explo. We hadn't talked about it yet. The splashdowns the last game were so great. Yes, Pookie. Woo!
I think Pookie will be really appreciative of you hyping them up like that. But I also want to talk about Strikes Twice because there's been, I think, only a little bit of a change. I believe that Pro is kind of new to the stage here. But Knights R Pookie Bear is going to quickly initiate the skirmish and team fight happening in the center stage. Happy is going to open us up with a really great pick from the Stamp. Looking in to maybe get a second one, probably going to cause a little bit of damage there. And here comes Pookie Bear! On the way to the first checkpoint, however, missiles are going to make that a little bit of a challenge, but not if you're able to take two members down with that giant, glorious fish. Shouts out to Pookie Bear. First checkpoint has been taken.
and splashdown coming out too. Look at that, Saf. Really great timing here. Going to be forcing one on the edge, 2 down once again. Now they just need to be able to pick up that Rainmaker and see if they can run it forward. POOKIE picking up that Rainmaker, trying to avoid the Splatana there, buying themselves a little bit of time. They're able to find the pick there. Now trying to move forward. Unfortunately, going down, I think, to a bomb there from that pro. But look, Fishy over here also on the side. Oh, I was about to say has their hammer ready, but unfortunately gets picked out as soon as that happens. Strikes Twice now starting to find their footing here in mid, stabilizing out. They've got a Zipcaster online ready to be used. Oh, I'm so sorry. No, they do not. As they go down there, but they need to stabilize here, but going 3 down is going to be quite difficult. They pop that Reef Slider, and when you pop that Reef Slider, you know, really difficult to get out of that situation. Once it ends, you are just so vulnerable, and Nightstar POOKIE Bear was wasting no time capitalizing off of that and pushing forward, trying to claim as many points as possible right now, diving down, trying to get to that ramp, taking it down to 30. Of course, no lead is safe on this map, but it is definitely a really great opening, down to 10 now, Saf.
Yeah, they just kind of keep pushing the snowball more and more, and they have downhill advantage at this point, because now to the 10 mark, you have Nightstar POOKIE Bear really firm in the spawning area of Strikes Twice, and finally maybe going to open something up here. The triple splashdown takes 2 down, but that's going to be sneaky. Finally opening up the gateway for Strikes Twice to get back into the map here, but Captain Happy is going to be zooming to get back into the fight, but not going to find any value there, so Strikes Twice has the Rainmaker batted back into the middle section here, and looking to see if they can try to make some headway of their own, but they seem a little hesitant to push forward in a similar fashion to Nightstar POOKIE Bear, Toma, so we got to be really cautious of that. Speaking of, where is POOKIE Bear? Oh, there he is. 3 cheers for POOKIE Bear. Hip, hip, hooray.
Hip, hip, hooray. But right now, Strikes Twice finding that first checkpoint break, trying to see if they can push it any further here. The Tetris do go down, make that 2 down. They're going to be forced to give up a little bit of space here before they can get another push rolling. But TK really trying to make everything count there. Unfortunately, not quite able to get away with the picks, though. Just the Head It now backed up in mid, trying to save some space for their team. Looking at Captain Happy there, trying to pick out Sarah too, but unfortunately not going to be able to land those hits. And now 2 more go down on the side of Strikes Twice. Nightstar POOKIE Bear gearing up to make another push here. Saf looking quite strong here at the moment. That splashdown coming out from POOKIE, but they're going to get dropped on by those Tetras, and a great pick there stalls them out. The Head It going to be forced to back up here from that Rainmaker and getting picked out too. Now just the Tetras. Wow. The full wipe, Saf. There they go. They love to see it. Those wipes and those picks just at the perfect timing to allow them to just zoom up that ramp to victory.
Yeah, the synergy that Nightstar POOKIE Bear had in the closing seconds there was absolutely huge. And especially because you would see one member get completely chased to the left-hand side of somewhere, but then Fishy was there to respond with a shot of their own from the well string. You had Sarah running up the ramp directly with the Rainmaker. There goes a stamp flying past their ear and taking out the last member to result in the wipeout and open up the space for Nightstar POOKIE Bear to defeat Strikes Twice in our game 2. Going into game 3, we're at match point now for Nightstar POOKIE Bear. Toma, I said it once, I'll say it again. 3 cheers for POOKIE Bear! Hip hip hooray!
Hooray! Hooray! Yeah, that was a great game from them, Saf. And I think what you said there in those closing moments, really, they just did have excellent synergy. You can kind of notice, especially when that Head It dropped, it kind of avoided a narrow blast from that Rainmaker. They knew exactly where it was going. They lobbed another shot. The rest of the team collapsed in. You had that hammer throw, exactly like you said. Everything just kind of lining up in conjunction with each other to really be able to make that push happen there at the end. It was a really good display of such the high level teamwork that Nightstar POOKIE Bear has.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. However, I do think Strikes Twice, they still have some time to try to make up some ground here, albeit it's a long way from down at the bottom to reach the peak of the mountain. Nightstar POOKIE Bear is almost there, but they could still meet them at the top. just is going to take a little bit longer of a journey to do so. So down, but not quite out just yet. So Knights are Pookie Bear. I mean, Toma, even with the really strange weapons and having essentially 3 backline weapons playing together on Knights are Pookie Bear, there's a really interesting sort of team play that has to occur for people that need to stay further back in order for their weapons to be more effective. So it's interesting to watch Knights of Pookie Bear find really big advantage with that on these last 2 games that we played. And if I'm not mistaken, we are going to Clam Blitz next? Question mark.
That sounds right. I believe it's Clam Blitz Inkblot, if I remember correctly.
Ding,
Oh my
ding,
god,
ding.
I'm so smart. I'm so smart. Yes, it is Clam Blitz Inkblot. And I do agree, their comp is just so interesting. Because like you said, they're kind of 3 backline capable weapons. But I think that you just have that Wellstring, you have that Dynamo move up so quickly, so fast. They're both such AoE heavy that when you have them and you have the pencil poking, right, they can kind of go as far forward as they want. Because the second one of them just like looks at you, you just kind of explode on the spot, right? And so they're really making use of that. They're are sure that they fight together so that they can use the strengths of their weapons to kind of overcome like the issues that they have with being slower, more traditionally anchory weapons.
But still, even the tempo. Oh, brother!
What? Oh, like,
3 cheers for Pookie Bear!
hip hip hooray!
Hip hip hooray!
Oh my gosh, triple exploit. I'm very interested to just to see how this is gonna go. It's either the most genius play you've seen or it's an active throw, and there's no, we'll see. We'll see how it is. I don't think that you can afford to disrespect Strikes Twice too much, or they're going to really take advantage of you. Right now, TK up here on this Crab Tank, trying to get some space, but it's really hard. I think Crab Tank, especially against weapons like Explo, to really be able to find its footing with a lot of pressure and AoE, just forcing it backwards. Illusion there on the side, trying to find a pick, but again, like the Explos, they're just so formidable when you have them all sloshing in the same space. It can be really difficult, especially if you have splashdowns coming out too, but not enough clams on the side of Pookie Bear to be able to score yet.
Yeah, they don't really have the clam pickup capability that you would think that they would, but they have so much coverage of the area that they're working with here, because it seems to me Strikes Twice has barely made it out of the spawn. Finally, though, 3 members of Pookie Bear going down. Hip hip, oh no. And only Sarah is going to be the only one holding it down, but still TK with that Crab Tank is going to open things up quite a bit. But Toma's still, no, not enough clams for Strikes Twice to really do anything here.
Yeah, it can be really difficult. That Power Clam does finally come online, but unfortunately is not going to make it to the basket in time unless TK can do something about it. Or Sneaky here, trying to stay alive. Unfortunately, not going to pick up that Power Clam in time. That Power Clam is going to break, but a really good push that they had there to try to get things going right now. 2 minutes in, neither team is really just like, you get up there, but if you don't have the clams ready to go, is really, really difficult. And I think that finding that right pace of gathering clams before you move, whichever team can figure it out first, that's going to make the difference here.
Yeah, and it seems to me that even with 3 X-Splashers in our midst here, Knights Are Pookie Bear has still maintained a lot of the map, and actually it's going to open it up for Fishy to... It's going to drastically miss a bit of a 45-degree angle, actually maybe less, maybe like a 20-degree angle there. Just a little bit off for Fishy, but that was really close, Toma. That just goes to show that even with the long range that they're working with, Strikes Twice has to look backwards. They're forced to look backwards.
Truly a hip hip oh no moment again. That was so close that I thought I saw them go up in the air and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna score, and then just watched them miss. I was like, no, that is so tragic.
And what is one supposed to do? Because now we're 3 minutes into this gosh darn game, and there's no score that's been made because the X-Splashers are too focused on staying alive. They can't really collect clams. But Nightmare's gonna take at least 3 people down. Actually, assist probably in the 3rd one there. But still, look at this. Knights Are Pookie Bear is still too far behind to really make any headway here.
That was a nice crab tank from TK too, able to find one and get the assist on the other, really opening the way for Strike Twice to potentially get back in here. The Dynamo, though, with a great pick there to stall things out. Unfortunately, does trade it out, but it was a good opportunity. If you can get up there, right, if you can kind of get up in the faces of the Explos, it becomes a lot harder for them. But right now, they're still just trying to hold it out as much as possible. Almost 4 minutes in without a single score is such a crazy thing for this game, Safa.
Right, and I think too, it seems like Strikes Twice is still able to get a power clam online, but they just are not able to get anywhere close to that basket. And Captain Happy's gonna have another jump. That was Sarah jumping with the power clam to Captain Happy, and now finally a power clam has made contact with a basket at some point. Make it 2, and we're 50 seconds left in the game. Toma, this game has been so slow, but my gosh, it's been powerful when it counts.
Yes, it has been. You have to be really, really aware of where the opponents are. You get sneaky little jumps like that, able to get in there just because someone was in an opportune position to get to that basket without revealing themselves. Really great opportunity there for Knights R Pookie Bear. Now just 30 seconds left here, a little less on this clock. Means that it's gonna be pressure on for Strikes Twice to find some clams and get out there, but right now clam economy is completely in favor of Knights R Pookie Bear, as well as the man advantage here. Sneaky trying to move forward. This Dynamo doing a great job trying to stall them out. The rain is out as well. You may have splashdowns very soon. 2 are down. They have to make this count, Saf. This is going to be their last opportunity to do so. TK with that power clam throws it to allow their teammate to pick it up while they're crabbing. Illusion's trying to move in forward here. Sneaky trying to get some picks under there. Looks like they might be able to break basket here, but will they be able to add enough to it? They're going to be throwing some clams. They need to find a bit more. Sneaky moving in on the back, trying to find some, but Saf, they need to keep this open. Look at that. Down to 68. They need 3 more clams, but it doesn't look like they're going to be it. That's going to be GG's. Knights R Pookie Bear taking this set 3-0, advancing to alpha bracket. Wow, what a crazy final game.
3 cheers for Pookie Bear! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Hooray!
3 cheers for Pookie Bear, 3 wins and 0 losses for Pookie Bear. They're going to be moving on to the alpha bracket side of things, but that means that Strikes Twice is moving down to beta.
Yep, they are going to beta, and I definitely think they're going to be a team to be looking out there for. I mean, Captain Happy and Knights R Pookie Bear, they're such a strong team, right? Really notable players that have such good performances. Here you see that sneaky play, right? That was such a good opportunity. And up on the statue, can we talk about that? Like up on the statue, not just under basket, not on bats. They were in such a precarious spot there to get there undetected and were able to still do it. This is really, really crazy. That splashdown, of course, as well, helping stall things out. What a beautiful, beautiful play there from them. But on the other side, right, still Strikes Twice had a really good moments. And with what a powerful team Knights R Pookie Bear is, right? I don't think there's any shame in losing to them there. And I think that the fact that you're able to go, 4 minutes against them before like there's even a basket break, I don't think most teams could say that they'd be able to do that, Saf. I think most teams would be struggling to be able to get to that point without letting them break basket.
It's the definition of the long game, and they did it right there because the basket pop didn't happen until 50 seconds in.
Absolutely. But huge congrats to Knights R Pookie Bear moving on to alpha bracket. That's going to wrap us up here today, at least for the stream. But before we head out, just looking at that redemption bracket, some of the matches that have finalized, Saf, we have taking a 3-0 victory over Flamingo, going over to alpha bracket. Just finishing up the Distinct versus the City Trial Warriors. Distinct moving on to alpha bracket. Carmel taking the 3-0 victory over the Cafeteria. And Bad Luck, who we saw last time, going down to beta bracket, losing 3-0 to Life Expectancy 25. Blanks versus Thank You just wrapping up right now. The 3 points, the winners being Thank You. And in the bottom part of our bracket, Duck Motif currently 2-0 up against Kids Next Door. So really exciting matches here today. Going to be some really awesome, exciting Splatoon action. Some really good teams. Because also, who made it? I'm going to go look at Alpha to see who made it directly into Alpha. There's Special Grade, Poltergeist, Fruitella, Bet, Milky Way, Afterlife, ezmd, and Hogtua that made it directly into bracket from the group stage. So it's going to be a really, really exciting day of Splatoon tomorrow, Saf. But that wraps us up for today. Before we go, Saf, where can the good people find you?
First of all, don't find me. I don't want to be found. But if you're looking, I'm in the woods, I'm out on the beach, I'm going to see that new Knives Out movie tonight. So if you see that movie, tell me what you think of it. I'm also going to be probably baking more cookies because me and my partner keep eating all of them before we can actually like have them for multiple days. So probably making more cookies. There's a lot of different things. Also looking at Christmas lights. It's the holidays here in the US, in case you didn't know, and in other places. Toma, where are you?
You can find me over on Blue Sky at toma.inkling.social. You can probably find me somewhere in the new year when the H-Town date gets announced over at H-Town in Houston, Texas. Shout out to our land. What's your land again? Do you want to shout that out? Your land that's really awesome?
My land that's really awesome? Do you not know what my land that's really awesome is?
Oh, I know what it is, but don't you want to tell the people all about it too? Since
you tell me what my awesome land is, since you think I have one.
Yeah, well, the Sea Battle. Sea Battle. Hold on. I have actually right here on my board. Sea Battle. Go check out Sea Battle. Very awesome.
Come check out Sea Battle. Awesome this is my son. Come say hi to my son.
Some very awesome people there. Lots of exciting land action coming up this year. You know, Sunset Furs. There's so many lands. There's Anarchy Nova, I believe, just had their first run too. But enough of all that aside. My name's Toma. Like I said, you can find me at toma.inkling.social. Catch Saf wherever you catch Saf. Tell her how you think of the movies, and we will catch you tomorrow.